Guys, what's going on? Sorry for starting a half hour late, guys. Guys, I usually start at 9. But, had some stuff that I had to take care of. Links I had to get straightened out. Blah 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 blah. Now, guys, we have quite the topic today. Let me drop the link first in the Discord. Now, guys. Now, this is quite the topic, guys. So let's have some rules, right? Let's have some rules. All you mods, I need you guys to be extra vigilant today, all right? Because we are going to have some foolishness. It's going to this live is going to make it to a certain part of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So all the trolls, all the haters, all the stuff, guys who comment acting stupid, I need all the mods to be vigilant and just kick them or warn them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let me see, guys. I'll drop the link for people to come up here in about maybe 45 minutes. We will have like a 5-panel person minute limit, 5 or 6, right? But no more than that. Guys, I am not a debater, right? So if you if you're disrespectful, if you piss me off, I'll cuss you out and kick you off. That's just the way it is, guys. You know what I'm saying? There's me and my subscribers, guys, and this is a benevolent dictatorship, and all you subs are my cabinet here. You know what I'm saying? And guys, we don't play games around here. You know what I'm saying? So Harold, how you doing? He says you have to restore the family. Facts. Yep. Jubilee. Yep. See ya. Kelvin, $20 already. He says the community can't be saved because the ninjas outnumber black people. Back in the day, we outnumbered them, but now they overrun us. Facts. Kelvin, if you want to call in, bro, I dropped the link in the Discord. So call in, man. You know what I'm saying? Call in, Hey, thanks for the $20, man.
You are scaring the hoes.
I appreciate that. CCM, how you doing? ESARS, Red Door, Steve, Tim Hicks. Tim Hicks, man. Hey, if you want to call in, bro, go to the Discord. Hit the link. C-Grip, Tim Hicks. Hell, Red Door. If you want to call it, Red Door is Native American. But if she wants to come, she's invited to the cookout. Whiteout's here. Korg's here. Good to see you guys, man. Yeah. Inferno, how you doing? So, guys, let's break some news here. Hold on. Well, here, I want to show you guys one of my favorite clips here. Really fast. Hold on. Hold on. Here you go. This pretty much sums up how I feel in my 45 years of being black. Here we go, guys.
God, I hate niggas. I love black people. Honest, hardworking, law-abiding black people. Niggas like you make me sick.
Guys, I'm telling you, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference between nug and then black men like myself and then black women and B-dubs, okay? Nug, right, is out there running the streets. He's this guy.
Pull out game, mate. Pull out game, mate. I just don't pull out, bitch. For you motherfuckers that want to know, I don't pull out. It ain't weak, motherfucker. I don't pull out.
That's him, right? And Gloctavia is...
Streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
Clown world. Guys, there are regular, hard-working black people just like me, right? Productive, assertive, ambitious, right? But then you got Nug and Glocktavia pulling us down and making things harder for not just us black people, but for whites, Asians, everyone else. What a joke. Guys, anyone who wants to join the Discord, guys, you have to email me now. Email me at ajrants@gmail.com, guys, and then let me know your name on YouTube, and then give me your little summary of why you're red pill, and I'll let you in the Discord. We used to have an open Discord, guys. Then we started getting trolls and spammers, so I had to stop it, guys. Sorry, But if you want to join the Discord, guys, you got to show how serious you are by actually emailing me, and then I'll vet you. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it works. I actually think that there's a way that you can actually do that through Discord, but I just haven't figured it out yet. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
There's no problem for a nigga to get his own people hooked on drugs. Got the young girls on the corner turning $5 tricks. No problem for a nigga to shoot another nigga. No problem.
He's right, guys. This foolishness is what so many people, especially white liberals, want to protect, want to preserve. And guys, it didn't used to be this way. It didn't used to be this way, guys. Guys, the black community in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even the 70s, you didn't see violence. You didn't see ghetto behavior. Yeah, you had a small group that was doing the whole, pimps and hoes and all that stuff, Dolomite stuff. But guys, all in all, you would see black communities that were doing well. And then, like someone had said, the Great Society came, right? The liberals pushed all this stuff, and black women fell for it and chose the government over black men. And we've been cooked ever since. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so guys, before civil rights, blacks, our economic growth was exploding. Even when they burned down Black Wall Street, all this other stuff, right? We started lower, but we were actually catching up. And there's actually charts that show this, And guys, it's so funny that Thomas Sowell, he talks about this all the time, but because he doesn't do the whole victimhood thing, people try and discredit him. Corey, thanks for handing out some memberships, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let me see here. There is a chart, and it actually shows how quickly that the black community was actually growing. And the thing that destroyed it was the Great Society. You know what I mean? But yeah, absolutely insane. I gotta try and find it. Brian, how you doing? Bongo, how you doing? Good to see you guys. But yeah, guys, here, let's check out this story really, really fast, and then we will. You guys, a lot of the actual clips that I'm going to show involve black people and white liberals excusing stupid behavior, right? Hold on, guys. I think that I've shown you guys this before. Where'd it go? Look at this.
Well, it's hard to imagine a subject more universal than mathematics. Math is
I think this is Fox News. So we had
abstract, it's logical, it's the same no matter where you go in the world. You don't need to know any English to learn math. But while math is logical, people don't have to be. Now a group of academics is claiming that math is racist somehow. A new statement by the National Council.
There you go, guys. Math itself is racist. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane, guys. Math itself is racist. That's what they're saying, guys. So the fact that Asians, Hispanics, Nigerians, black immigrants can do it well is fine. But when black Americans have problems, all of a sudden math is racist and we just can't teach it. That's absolutely insane. And it makes the country dumber. And if there's one person that I can quote, because Corey, what group of people would actually be dumb enough to say math is racist?
Oh, white people.
Which kind?
Female, urban, liberal white people.
Thank you. And guys, what did homeboys say about them, right?
These are parrots that have been put in front of the Negro community by white liberals. Being friendly and being a friend, I think, are two different things. I think there are many whites who act friendly toward Negroes. A fox acts friendly toward the lamb. And usually the fox is the one who ends up with the lamb chop on his plate. The wolf doesn't act friendly. And therefore the wolf has more difficulty in getting the lamb chop in his plate.
I'd like to point out, though, that
I say that because it is usually if you study the structure of the Negro community, economically, politically, civically, psychologically, and otherwise, it's controlled by the white liberal, who usually poses as the friend of the Negro, who actually differs from the white conservative in the same way that the fox differs from the wolf. Their appetite is the same. Their motives are the same. It's only their mannerisms and methods that differ.
See? There you go, guys. People, for some reason, think that the far left is somehow not racist, but the far right is. Guys, I grew up in woke Seattle, Washington. You know what I'm saying? And I would say that I would rather have someone be that down home, I don't like you because you're black to my face than what I experienced growing up in Washington State. Okay? As I have white liberal teachers, right? White liberal family friends who they take a look at me and AJ's black, he must be poor. This kid is Asian, he must not speak English. So they're just as racist as they claim that the Republicans are, that they claim that conservatives are. Except they have this goofy, self-righteous, hubris, narcissistic way of thinking about things. And it's absolutely insane. Guys, I tell this story all the time. I was in a advanced placement European history class, right? Hold on. Oops. Are people not seeing the
you put in 304 news.
Oh, sorry guys. Hold on.
It's all good.
Yeah, it took me a little while to figure it out too.
Sorry guys. I put it in the wrong thing. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. That'll be noted on your end of your evaluation.
Yep.
Oh, but yeah, guys. But and I had a teacher who was like, "Well, AJ, we have a field trip coming up, but if your family can't afford it, we can do a a payment plan. It's like, wait a second. Like, wait, well, hold on. Wait, whoa. I'm the only black kid in the class, and you think that I'm poor? I was like, my dad pays more in taxes than you make in a year. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about?
Did you run
That
with it?
itself is, huh?
Did you run with it? Did you start? You should have done the Socratic method with the teacher and said, "Well, what do you mean? What are you trying to say?"
Well, I just cussed her
Make
out.
them tap dance about
yeah.
thinking
Yeah,
you're
but I was
poor
like
just because you're black.
16 at the time. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
but
that's the only drawback of being young.
my point is that people don't get it. And guys, so to get back to the beginning, to the Wayback Machine, right? I was gonna start this channel in 2021. I had all my stuff ready to go, but I waffled. I didn't do it. And then Kevin Samuels died, and then I started posting, and then I didn't really get serious until Stacey Abrams ran for governor of Georgia. I hate Stacey Abrams. She's everything wrong with America. The overweight, dunderheaded, land whale, communist moron, right? Well, right before the election, what did they say? Oh, well, I don't know, man. Black men ain't down for voting for Stacey Abrams, and if Stacey Abrams loses, it's all black men's fault, just like Knucklehead Harris did, because they knew she was going to lose, so they had to have a scapegoat. You know what I'm saying?
And also, guys, there were enough numbers for black people to really affect that vote.
Yeah.
Georgia was only 30% of Georgia's black. What a dumb narrative they ran.
Yep.
With. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So she got cooked. But then Wes Moore, who's the governor of Maryland, who's black, he's a Democrat, it is what it is, but he won his election. And you didn't hear any media coverage at all. You didn't see anyone talking about how he did. So, guys, once again, the black community is a matriarchy, and it's cooked. And we'll have to go here. Let's finish this story, and then I have another story. And then I have a video, and then we'll get into some stuff here. So,
Supervisor of mathematics calls social justice, quote, a key priority in math education and condemns, quote, the current injustice.
Social justice is key in math, guys.
I also want you to. I also just want to point out that justice is justice. You don't need to like have an
no qualifiers.
no qualifying term ahead of it. That's justice is justice. Social justice is just a euphemism for institutional racism.
And it's so funny because there is institutional racism. Guys, put a 1 if you agree. All right, everyone on this panel answer yes or no. Okay, we'll go Korg, Matt, Snowboard, Doug, MPA, Seeger. There's institutional racism, but it is against white dudes right now. You guys agree?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'd agree.
White dudes, especially in certain jobs where they're the largest group of applicants who apply, are not allowed in. Therefore, if you pull from a smaller group equally, that means you're going to have less qualified people. If I have to hire 30 engineers and 15 of them are female and 15 of them are male, and 90% of engineers are men and 10% are women, that means by the numbers, I'm going to have to hire women that are less qualified. All of that 10% qualified? No.
Not only that, you have the disenfranchisement and invalidation of white males in industries that they dominate, and they're the most competent in. So,
Hey, guys,
a white guy,
like the military.
Yep.
What are you saying?
I was just going to speak from experience on that.
Well, did you see that Hegseth? He blocked those officers who were going to become generals. 2 of them were black, and 2 of them were women, and everyone was up in arms about it. And it's just like, odds are he reviewed their credentials and the qualifications and said nope, and now everyone's trying to say, see, he's racist and sexist.
But see, that's what they always resort to.
Hold on, guys, if I could. Guys, in the chat, I need you to code your language, please. Don't use all caps and no swearing. Guys, we can do crazy topics like this as long as we maintain the usual temperature. You know what I'm saying? And mods, I need you guys once again to be vigilant. If there's anyone acting an ass in the chat, warn, boot them. When I open up the lines with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we'll allow maybe 2 more people on. Because I am not a debater. If you come up here on this panel when I drop the link and you're being disrespectful, I'll cuss you out and kick you off. I'm not some stoic Andrew Wilson guy that's going to be like, well, I'm going to let you disrespect me a whole bunch and then keep my... No, I'll cuss you out. And I will have fun doing it too. So this is a benevolent dictatorship, and everyone on this panel are my cabinet members. All right, you know what I'm saying? And guys, we play games with our own rules, by our own rules in our own area here. You know what I'm saying? So be respectful. Matt, you were saying?
I was going to just comment on exactly what you were talking about right there. I think that you don't like to debate with other people because you feel like when you're debating with other people, they're being disingenuous with you.
Yes. Yeah.
And so you don't see a point in trying to score minor wins against somebody who's not being honest with you about their motives.
Yeah.
So it's not that you only entertain people who agree with you. I have plenty of disagreements with you, but we both at the end of the day respect each other.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what you're building this platform to. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out as a caveat, because like there's more than enough room in this big tent for disagreement. We just we don't make it personal between each other.
Yeah. I could debate anyone on this panel about stuff that we disagree on because I know you all, and then we can just, talk in a, none of us
honest
are just
way.
Yeah, try and dunk on each other and have some Tylenol
right.
TikTok brain. We aren't trying to clip farm each other.
Come on now, you ruled out snowboard because of him.
I might be doing that.
Yeah, here's one.
Mathematics education, excuse me, which it says is defined by privilege and oppression. Connie Schrock is the president of the National Council of Supervisors of Mathematics, and she joins us tonight. Connie, I didn't think there was...
Thank you.
Hey, I didn't think that math being universal and logical could be affected by racism. How does this work?
Uh-oh.
Well, in our position paper, I'm not sure that we ever used that word racism, and we're really
not... guys, this is a demon right here. This is some old, woke, liberal, goofy woman, right? She probably hyphenates her name. You know what I'm saying? She probably pegs her.
Yeah.
Or she's a lesbian.
A government worker that I call this archetype is a Mucinex character. She should work at the DMV or something, or she's at. That's all that she is. She's just a problem creator and goes on with whatever she's told. She didn't come up with this theory. She was told by some professor or think tank guy to say this nonsense. It's not even her idea. She's just a shill.
Yep.
Not talking about mathematics. I don't disagree with what you just said as far as what math is. What we want to do is improve mathematics education for all students in our country. The bottom line of our mathematics leadership organization is about better learning for all students.
Right. Well, of course, I'm for that. I just wonder, though, if you're moving us closer to that. So this is from your website, and I can't find my glasses, so I'm going to try to read this. It says, a social justice approach to mathematics education means to imbue mathematical experiences with opportunities to learn multiple histories of mathematics, analyze issues of fairness, and promote civic responsibility in their own communities and beyond.
Guys,
so there's nothing to do with math.
My mom's from rural Alabama. She went to those like one of those old farm town schools where you go like K through 12 in like the same building. You know what I'm saying?
The same room sometimes.
Bro, but when our parents and grandparents, they had no computers. Black people had secondhand books in the South and they still knew way more than these kids graduating from high school now. Chemistry, math, world history, geometry, calculus. It's crazy when they were writing with old nasty pencils and paper and chalk and all this other stuff. You don't need a lot of resources to learn. I know a girl, she immigrated legally from Mexico. She's from like a mountain town in the middle of Mexico. Her English wasn't good, but they were learning like high school math in middle school and college math in high school. You know what I'm saying? So she had outstanding math scores in 8th grade, And then geography scores, it was just English she had to do ESL. But she was in like a little, not a hut, but like a shack learning stuff. It's about the teacher and the old school approach. I told you guys Mississippi jumped from number 49 in education to a number 9. You know that right?
By focusing on the basics.
Thank you. Hooked on phonics worked for me, literally, because the first lady of the state is an old school teacher and brought them back to phonics-based learning when it comes to reading and comprehension. So
now, if you said to me, I'm going to teach your kids that instead of learning algebra, I would say, first, stop patronizing me and my children, and second, go ahead and just teach them math, okay? Because nothing in that paragraph is going to help them get ahead in life.
Here we go.
I would feel like you were shortchanging my kids if you proposed that to them.
We don't want to shortchange kids, but we've got to be able to teach them situations where they can use their mathematics so they can transfer the knowledge they learn in this sterile environment so that people stop saying, I hate math. We want to change that perception. We want
That's never going to change. People hate math. People hate math, you absolute dunderhead.
Yeah.
Guys, what are you talking about?
And let me, it's not that people hate math. People hate stuff where there's no function to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, but trigonometry, I've never used trigonometry ever. Ever. I got into budgeting in grad school, you know, like finance. If I could go back and say 2 policy degrees, I would have got a finance degree because I like knowing where the money's going.
Yeah.
If you teach money math in high school, people wouldn't be bitching about math so much.
Yep, that's true. Yes, here's the thing. I like statistics. Right? I've never used calculus once. I've never used trig once. Calculus, that was the best C- I ever got in the class. I was in college. I'm like, oh God, this. And I had this professor with this like hella Chinese accent. I'm like, this dude literally hasn't spoken English in like 3 weeks. I don't know what's going on. So that final, guys, I went in there, slid it to him, went to the bar. You know what I'm saying? I passed, so I could graduate. But then in grad school, I took statistics and applied statistics, and I was good at it. But once again, guys, math is hard. It's difficult to understand, and there's not much in life and learning that is equal to math. And then once again, guys, there's people out there, just like there's people who have a natural proclivity for art. There's people who have a natural proclivity towards mathematics. There are people out there whose brains just do math better. And one thing that we can say that these liberal dipshits, I mean, more not good people over here, they want everyone to all be the same.
Yes.
Put a 1 if you guys agree with me. They don't think that there should just be someone greeting the people at the Wally World. They don't think that there's people who are just perfectly fine pumping gas at a gas station. They don't think that there's people who are perfectly fine flipping burgers at McDonald's. Whereas back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, everyone had a place, and that place was just fine. Some were meant to be engineers. Some were meant in the Renaissance. Some were picking up horse poop with their bare hands, and some were friggin' merchants. That's just how it worked. You can't have everyone all be professionals. You can't have everyone all be and just. But do you guys notice this went with that push to actually make everyone go to college, right? Oh, everyone can all go to college and get a degree and be so awesome. No, some people, welcome to Walmart, young man. You know what I'm saying? With the Tylenol brand. So,
you hear me?
To take it to their
yeah. So 2 points. I think it was Doug pointed out the issue with trigonometry. Part of why people hate mathematics is because they don't get any practical applications with it.
Yeah.
How many different ways are you going to solve angles and all that crap on a piece of paper? And the way that they got rid of the practical applications is we don't have shop class anymore because your shop teacher would tell you learned how to calculate circumference and angles and this and that. I'm going to show you how to build a piece of furniture using with what you learned.
Yeah.
And the second point is, it's not that people hate math because math is difficult. one of the best algebra teachers I had in college said that math is a language, and this is one case where I will use the word problem. The problem is it's not appropriately taught as a language. And one of the other best algebra teachers I had said there's only 4 functions in math. Everything else is window dressing. And if you're not taught how to approach that properly, that's why people get this phobia of math. Because I had a statistics teacher, dude was from India, never cracked a book open once, and I got an A in the class because he was that damn good. That's the difference between a teacher and some waste of oxygen that is just there.
Oh, you mean a teacher? A teacher? I was gonna say a teacher and a woman.
Hell.
Yep. You get what I'm saying. You know, there's guys out there that say, man, I hated chemistry in high school, and then I got to college, and it was a cakewalk for me because my high school teacher was an idiot. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think, well, when I say unfortunately, let me retract that. I think anybody who's been in the teaching profession more than 4 years is just an oxygen thief, because all they're doing is the same thing over and over again, and they're not really putting anything into it. They need to go back out and go get a real job, and then consider going back into teaching.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Because here's
that's why they end up touching a student or drinking because they're bored.
We saying that 2 + 2, if you say it's 4, that's racist. I mean, that sounds like we may be mischaracterizing it. What, if you can quickly sum it up?
Look at this chick.
No,
already.
that's not mischaracterizing it at all. Math is basically racist under this ideology because it says there is no such thing as an objective reality. So 4 might not be the right number. 2 + 2 might actually equal 5.
That's evil.
These are the same people that try and convince you that there's there's 27 different genders, and I mean, like, for them, everything is relative. Absolutely everything is relative, and
we don't know
there are no real definitions to words or anything.
This is postmodernism,
right?
That's what it is. And guys, what sex falls for postmodernism more than
women?
Anyone else?
Women.
Thank you. Who wants to redefine words or make it so that they don't mean anything, or who wants to always argue the exception and not the rule, and define things by the exception and not the rule, right? And guys, once again, we'll get back at
a caveat on that: women and soy boys.
Yeah. Yep. And zesty dudes. Yep.
Okay, quickly, so I misunderstand. Are we saying that 2 + 2, if you say it's 4, that's racist? I mean, that sounds like we may be mischaracterizing it. What?
Hold on, guys. There's a woman at the University of Washington lady, and she is a complete dunderhead. Look at this. Eating meat promotes toxic masculinity. Here it is.
I remember this,
is an Asian man who likes math.
I thought he said he likes men. Oh,
he does.
I mean, guys, he is Andrew Yang. Honestly,
gay.
Yeah, Flat's right. He said this earlier. It's funny that the liberals and the women don't like math until it comes time for alimony and child support. Yeah,
or freaking taxing the rich. Yeah, or taxing the rich and the billionaires. They sure know how to reach
percentages. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the $10, man. I appreciate that.
You are scaring the hoes.
And yeah, guys, there are people who already have some solutions, guys. It's gonna take, guys. We'll talk about the current state of the Black community here in just a little bit. And guys, I don't care what your color is. You can have an opinion on the Black community, all right? Just like I can have an opinion. Guys, I am Black, but I have an opinion on the small hats, the LDHD, TVs, Asians, Hispanics, illegals. Guys, you can form an opinion logically on any, and here we have free space to actually talk about it. So anyone's like, well, why are there white guys on the panel? They can't have an opinion. That doesn't fly over here. You know what I'm saying? Because guys, ultimately, I don't even follow the whole black community thing. These guys right here, you guys in the chat, you guys are my community. Assertive, ambitious, like-minded, independent the thinking men are my community. You know what I'm saying? As the moment that you, as a black person, as an Asian, as a white person, the whole skin folk is kinfolk. That's not a good way to think, guys. It's not, because it just doesn't make any sense. Oh, this person looks like me, so we're best friends. Please hit the like button, guys. Who was saying something?
It's Melon and Cauley thinking.
Oh, I know, guys. We shouldn't think in black and white. Oh, and guys, when I first started this channel, guys, get Snowboard out of here, all right? Get it.
Snowboard, you've been blacklisted.
It is no wonder.
I guess I'll go to the black market.
He's been
You
black
and your little white
It's no wonder Seagrip always says "you people." Thanks to you.
Look, I think Snowboard hacked the algorithm, because now that I'm a mod, I'm trying to block him, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not letting you.
He didn't hack the algorithm.
But yeah, guys, honestly, like, yeah. Here, let's do it. Watch this, guys.
Andrew Yang may want to rethink that catchphrase, because apparently math is racist. Seattle's public schools are considering a proposal that would mix social justice in with math, including studying how math has been appropriated by Western culture and that math itself is racist. I am bad at math. And if math is racist, and I'm also white, does that make me too dumb to be racist, or not racist enough to be good at math?
First of all, remember Dr. D'Alessio Parson?
Yes, Dr. Parson.
No.
So
You'll call me doctor. You'll call me doctor, right? Demon.
Looks like a straight up communist.
Yeah, yep.
please don't refer to me by Ann, but I appreciate it.
Okay.
Jesse, is Jesse okay?
Jesse's fine.
It's funny. On November 6, 2016, I was at a conference on statistics, and I raised my hand, and I was like, are you telling me statistics are racist? And that was, almost 3 years ago? And I was really confused when I asked the question and spent years reading about many different things. The critical race theory
of course
is a framework for understanding the world that helps us understand that this entire country is racist, right?
Please.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Guys, I'm gonna say this once, and I need everyone to unmute and let me know if you agree with me, and everyone in this chat. Guys, white privilege, the concept is complete BS. It doesn't exist. Okay, the concept itself is stupid. I'll tell you why. Guys, it's not white privilege, it's majority privilege. Okay,
I agree.
Any country on earth, we live in a country where the majority, for now, if these Democrats have their way, are white people, right? So the majority usually has some measure of privilege over minorities. If I was in China, the Chinese would have a majority. If I was in Nigeria, there'd be Nigerian privilege. But guys, it's also privilege is contextual. You think that if Korg, Matt, and Snowboard were at an all-black high school in Detroit as the only three white kids, where's their privilege there, right? Because the context of majority has changed. Therefore, there is no privilege. You understand? If you guys probably went outside the neighborhood or just left Detroit because it's sinking straight to hell, like, it might change. But people have this thing where they want to paint white people as just magically more racist or magically more horrible than anyone else. And it's absolute clown shoes. If you guys want to see what blows the whole hole in this narrative, guys, I say this all the time. Look at World War II and look at what the Japanese did, and then look at what the Germans of that particular time period did, and tell me who's worse. Do a deep dive into how the Japanese were rampaging through Asia.
Nanjing.
And you'll understand why all Asians hate the Japanese to this day. All of them. Vietnamese, Cambodians, Filipinos, Chinese, Mongolian. They can't stand them. Papua New Guinea. They can't stand them. So, yeah, guys, that idea of white privilege. And here's another thing, too. When the whole non-believer atheist thing tries to talk trash about Christians by saying, oh, if you presuppose that you already have the answer like Christians do, that God did it, how are you supposed to learn? How are you supposed to come up with new ideas, right? Well, the wokey-wokes are presupposing white people did everything bad. They're doing the same thing that they claim that Christian conservatives are doing. The exact same thing. They're presupposing. Everything's a presupposition based on white people bad, men are misogynists, the patriarchy. It's ridiculous. They are just as religious, if not more, than the religious people who they claim to hate, to the point where they think men can be women. Insane.
We have a white supremacist racial caste system in the United States.
Wait. Can you just stop for 1 second? Right? Are you saying that all white people in America are racist?
Yeah, I am too. Sometimes.
She had to think about it. She had to think about it.
See, this is what I see a commonality here is that with these people and their ideologies, if you listen to the Marxists, everything happens because of the billionaires, and the corporations. And for this idiot with her social justice mantra, it's the same thing, only applied to race. So everything is happening because of racism, and like this is like a lazy approach to understanding human nature and actual social problems. That's also why these people they never actually solve any of the problems that they describe. They never do. They always make them worse. 100%.
You remember, race is a social construct. So how can the world be racist if every single society has their own view and calculation of race? You know what I'm saying? Isn't that crazy? It's just it's just a Merocentric hatred-based hatred, where these liberals take our their view of hating America and they try and apply it to everywhere else, and it just doesn't stick. What were you saying?
Well, so I'll make 2 points there. That Americentric view evaporates very quickly when you go abroad to other countries, and you see that they have similar practices. And I'll just say that racism isn't any kind of special thing. It's a modern adaptation of tribalism, and there was a reason why we practiced tribalism several hundred years ago, because usually when you met people that didn't look like you, it meant that you were being invaded. So there's good reason to be suspicious of people that weren't part of your tribe. Okay. So you can think of all of the different reasons people use to hate each other. They're all retarded. Okay. But that somebody's gay, that somebody's short, somebody's fat, that somebody's black. Racism is no different than any of those other terrible reasons for hating each other.
Racism is actually the newest variable there is, because it's always been ethnicity. It was religion, ethnicity, and nationality, and then race is actually a fairly new way to think. You know what I'm saying? Because people are so localized around the world.
What I'm trying to say is that with these people, like this person on the right hand of the screen, they act like racism is some sort of mortal sin. No,
Yeah.
it's not any different from any other reason people use to justify their bigoted feelings towards other people.
That's true.
There's nothing special about it.
But on the left, though, once again, the worst thing that you can call a person on the left is a racist.
I know,
right?
I know, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to attack that that special that I guess that privilege that they assign that one driver of bigotry over any others, because any of the other ones, I mean, they're all just as stupid as the next one. There's nothing special
about the number 2 question that men are asking that's dangerous, right? Oh, Matt, you can't talk bad about the small hats, and Matt says, or else what? What are you gonna do about it? Uh-oh.
Well, I'll tell you,
white people aren't having it,
dude, and then he's going to get audited.
Well, no, but times are changing though. You look now, Gen Z, young men, young millennials, divorced Gen X guys are not having it.
Yeah, they're not playing that game.
This shaming, this trying to bully stuff. Because how many of these corporations dropped out of that LDHD TV index score thing, where you had to have like an A+ or a B+ on that LDHD index score to actually show how friendly you were to the transformers to try and get money from Sleepy Joe and all. Now they're all dropping out. They were being held hostage by the LDHD TVs. And now almost every single... Huh?
I said I was just being facetious.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, now you have young guys saying, you can't shame me.
Right.
You cannot shame me.
Yeah. It's long past due.
Yeah, like when the
white guys, hold on, Matt. I don't know how you white guys do it. The only people that it's, and guys, I'm black and I'm saying this. It's the way that growing up in woke Seattle, the way that I've seen like white people even talk bad about themselves, and then people talk bad about you white guys. It makes no sense. It's just okay to just be racist and sexist towards straight white dudes.
Yeah, and that's reflected in. I was talking to one of my friends about the so-called diaspora, right? I said, look, it needs to be okay for black people to wave the American flag, because right now we're creating a situation where we don't have a country, right? We associate the American flag with white supremacy and all these white guys in the right wing. But guys, I hate to tell you this. This Pan-Africanism diaspora stuff is a bunch of garbage. Black people all around the world, darker skinned people, can't stand American black people. They really can't.
Yep.
So we try. Honestly, the worst thing you can call an African or like a Caribbean is black. So you hate America because you associate with white people, but then the people waving the other flags hate you too. Venezuela was a hellhole, right? But there were 8 million displaced Venezuelans still proudly waving the Venezuelan flag. You can be patriotic while still acknowledging the faults of your own country.
Hey, I just thought of something. Am I coming in a little bit more clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. Look up the USS Doris Miller and then tell me how racist the United States is.
Hold on. This guy. Yeah.
We're naming a frickin' aircraft carrier after that guy because of the valor he demonstrated at Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. Oops. No. Not trying to do that. But yeah, guys. Well, let's do this, and then there's a news story, and then we'll get.
It happens. We were socialized. Right? The process of socialization and learning about social norms.
So you're
that
racist.
Happened.
You're a racist.
Occasionally it happens. I usually apologize it when I realize it.
How are you a racist? What do you think?
We all get stuck in traffic, sister.
Jesse, that question doesn't make sense.
Wasn't racism the belief that one race is inherently superior than another race, and then you discriminate against other races?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
That is a piece of racism, but you gave a definition that's really old. And language.
Please.
The lie detector determined that was a
Not
lie.
this is what we're just saying. They changed the definition of things to meet whatever agenda they're pushing.
Yep.
Well, look at how many letters they added on to the LGBTQ.
It's still going. It's still going.
LMNOP.
Two-spirit, LMNOP, /.gov.
Yeah.
I told a friend of mine AJ's LDHD TV, and he about pissed himself laughing.
And race and white supremacy. What are race and white supremacy today?
Yeah, okay.
They are structures that affect us all.
No.
So people do things that are racist all the time,
No,
myself included, because we don't realize that's happening.
Okay,
Like microaggression.
Now, do you guys see how she's like the hero
Fake
and the
humility.
victim at the same time? She's saying, "Well, I don't mean to do it. It's not my fault, but I'm an ally because I'm admitting my fault. But I'm a hero because I victimized people, but I don't know it. So therefore, I'm not the villain. But I'm showing up here on this news show to be the hero. Please."
Okay, microaggressions,
What's
fine.
fake
I think
humility?
we're getting sidetracked a little bit, Doctor. Explain how math is
Lead me.
racist. I still haven't really understood the premise from you.
Well, the first premise, the first starting point that we have to get on the same page on is that we live in a white supremacist racial caste system.
Okay,
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Guys, white people are the majority of the top part of society, and they're the majority of the bottom parts of society. Because of sheer numbers and per capita alone. Guys, some of the richest people are white, and the poorest people are white. Put a 1 if you agree. Guys, go to West Virginia. Go to rural Louisiana. People who don't have any water because the mountain got fracked. The mine closed. Now they're all on opioids. You know what I'm saying?
AJ, the whole state of Mississippi. Broken.
Not
Are
willing
we on the
to
same page about
agree
that?
with that. No, I
No.
disagree with that. But just explain, because we're running out of time, Doctor. How is 2 + 2 = 4? How does that discriminate against black people or brown people?
1 stick + 2 stick. Humans were like, hey, here's a stick, here's another. I just did some math. That was not racist. We're on the same page with that?
Okay,
1 + 1 = 2?
Yes.
Okay. Humans have then used math and numbers and statistics in all sorts of ways, from counting black and brown bodies as they made them property and brought.
Oh, God, here we go.
Oh man.
Hey guys, this is a perfect segue into my causes of why the black community is cooked. So yeah,
Come over to these lands. To much more recently, scholars who said that white people were more intelligent than people of color. That's called
Hold on,
scientific
can I
racism,
just
the
put
use of
something in?
statistics and
Can I just say something really quick? If you were to tell this person that America was not more uniquely racist than any other nation for having slaves, because when America had slaves, every other country in the world had slaves, her head would explode, because that's the very central premise that this person is operating on.
Yeah.
That is America's this is the Americentric view that you were referring to before, AJ.
And
This person
where-
believes that America is uniquely evil because it practiced
just
slavery.
American whites. And here's the thing: do you see how she presupposes white people bad? Her whole thought process, all trails lead back to white people bad. So why even ask questions? We so you already have the answer.
One of the biggest slave traders was a black man.
Thank you. Yes.
We're talking about
guys.
the people that sold black people into slavery to white people.
Yes,
We're
and
black
slavery
people.
is still going on in Africa and parts of the Arabic areas.
Exactly.
There are more people living in slavery today than any other time in our history.
Yep.
Guys, the bottom line is this. I always say this: liberal white women in the West are the most dangerous people on the planet. They really are, because they can play every piece on the chessboard, right? Ultimately, they can marry a white guy, benefit from whiteness and white supremacy and the patriarchy and everything that they're fighting against. They can benefit from it and then call the white guy she's married to and have his kids an oppressor at the same time. Yep. They get all the tangible benefits they claim that white people get, but then they want the social credit of being over here trying to help the brown people. It is insane.
Yep. It's completely performative and very vain.
Yep.
There's nothing of substance. That's what you were just saying.
Yep, that's true.
Tools to construct the idea. It's like something deep in our brains. It's hard to recognize, and that's why it requires time, Jesse. I asked your question,
well, just
and it
because
took me
people
more than 3
counted
years to get here.
With slavery doesn't make
retarded.
Counting racist. You understand? Something can
Absolutely
be related
not.
to each other, but not a causation. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you understand what statistics is?
I think I do. I'm not understanding, though, if you understand. That's the point.
Come to the Democratic debate in Milwaukee next year.
No thanks.
No thanks. Yeah.
Guys, I'd rather shave. I'd rather shave my nuts with a butter knife than go to.
Hey, I want to point something else out real quick. At the very beginning, she got all uppity and insisted on being called doctor, and then wanted to refer to him as Jesse.
Yes, I noticed that too.
I just want to tell all men, if you ever have anybody pull that crap on you, you turn the tables around and say, no, you refer to me as Mr. So-and-so.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. Now, guys,
Your Majesty.
Let's
Lord God. Have him
or if you're snowboard, just refer to me as cornhole.
All right, guys, here we go. Now, guys, okay, reasons why blacks are cooked. All right, now, guys, this is what I could think of, right? And guys, this is basically reason number one: white liberals, right? I would say the number one reason why the black community is cooked right now, more than anything else, are white liberals.
Yep.
White liberals are the reasons why none of the kids in Baltimore can read. White liberals are the reasons why the neighborhood has been flooded with welfare and social programs. White liberals are the reasons why this victimhood narrative gets pushed. White liberals are the ones who make billions of dollars every year off of these NGOs and non-profits that don't do anything.
Prison
White
industrial
liberals,
complex.
Yes.
Too.
Yes. White liberals are the reasons they'll say there's Ebonics and African American vernacular English, but then say, hey, look, people, immigrants can be offered ESL classes where they have to learn proper English. But then say, oh, the black kids can't sit still because that's white supremacy. So expecting black kids to come to class on time, to sit still, is white supremacy.
That's the soft bigotry of low expectations.
Thank you. Guys, conservatives say, look, there are some still who are those old school who don't like, fine. But in general, conservatives say, look, we want to give everyone the tools to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and not pay a lot of taxes doing it. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, okay, I honestly believe that men, the whole racism thing is just not a thing for us. Because, guys, you can have a guy who's the most, small mustache man worshiping dude on the planet. But if there's a pickup basketball game and his team is losing, he's gonna want Jamal on his team. That's just how it works. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like if he's at a bar and the only other person that has the same football jersey as him, and it's a rivalry game, they're gonna sit. Is black? They're gonna sit and have beers. Hey man, go Patriots! Now he might not want the this guy marrying his daughter, whatever. But guys, that's above and beyond, you know.
And also, here's the thing. So you guys ever watch The Sopranos? The Italian gangsters, they don't like the black gangsters, vice versa. Tony doesn't want his daughter with a black guy, etc. But they'll set their differences aside to make money together.
Yeah.
Ultimately, most men will respect your hard work
and your competency. Yeah.
And your competency. It doesn't matter what your race is.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Got Secret, Snowboard, Cork. What do you guys think about number one being white liberals?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all equally important. Maybe white liberals is the most, powerful one on the list if it's, going from the order of importance.
Yeah, I think anyone that monetizes something, is a number one problem, and they've monetized
they treat them as pawns.
Yes,
basically treat them as
white
pawns.
liberals are the reasons why there's a Planned Parenthood in every single black neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
White liberals are the reason why we've only been 13.5% of the population for the last 40 years. Our population hasn't grown. Think about how insane that is. The only thing that's keeping our community stable is immigration from the islands and from Africa. That means that the black American population, like Doug MPA, myself, Tim Hicks, and Seeger, is shrinking, and the black immigrant population is growing, but no one ever talks about that. Guys, number two, victimhood, right? How many times have we heard Oprah, Big Mike, all these blacks who are rich still talk like they're victims? Whoopi Goldberg, you have all these millions. If you are still a victim, delete yourself. If Oprah's not happy and she's a billionaire, how is Oprah a victim? How? But it's this victimhood mindset that people just have to have and say you are not black unless you accept the fact that somehow, someone out there is trying to get you. And they have the power to do so. And guys, this is why, cook with me here. Doug MPA, cook with me here. This is one reason why I don't do a lot of these black male panels about black, we was Kangs and black people this and taking down white supremacy, because they try and have this empowerment message, but at the same time talk about white supremacy. Are you a victim or are you empowered? Which one is it? Because to do both is a very female thing to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like these all black, pro-black panels.
Yeah.
Because everything is we're going to go kick ass and take things and build this and that in the community. But at the same time, the CIA and ICE and all that. It's like, which one is it?
Yeah, it sort of spins off into conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And what it never does is it never says, you'll never hear those people say, okay, so this might have happened a long time ago, but now we have to take responsibility for cleaning up our own neighborhoods.
Well, Matt,
because no one is going to do it for us.
Matt, what I always say to these people is you've spent the last 60 years stating what the problem is. I grant you all of that, but now what? And they never have a reply.
Well,
I will.
AJ.
Let's just grant this isn't true, but let's just grant that white people bad, Europeans are devils, all sort of stuff. Let's just grant that there's some evil government conspiracy to take down black community. Now what?
Yeah.
What do we do? That's like the whole small hats thing. I'm sorry, guys. People, the small hats. Guys, let's grant that. So what? What can we do about it? We can't do anything. All you can do is strategize and win. That's all you can do. If I were to grant that whole thing is true, guys,
that's why that's why some of those militant black groups in the South, those pro-black groups, that's why they I don't know if you remember, this was 2008 or something like that, where a number of their professors on college campuses were actually cheering on white genocide.
Yeah.
Like they were actively saying that's our solution.
Yeah.
Kill white babies. Don't you remember that?
Yeah.
That was the conclusion that they landed on.
Yeah, but guys, I want you to understand something here, okay? The thing about the left is they always come after each other. They eat each other first, right?
Yeah.
Because guys, look at the lesbians versus the transformers, the feminists versus the transformers. In the early 2010s, you had all those pro-black large YouTubers, Young Pharaoh and Saw Netter and all those idiots. They were always coming after each other, just like the Destinies and all those idiots come after each other. They don't go after the actual, like David Duke and people that were actually admitted white supremacists. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. They go after each other. So guys, right now, the tribalism on the left is our biggest strength. They will tear each other down faster than anyone else. Guys, hit the like button, guys. We have 71 likes, guys. Let's hit the like button. Okay, guys. So victimhood. B-dubs are the queens of victimhood. Guys, yes or no?
Yep.
100% true.
100%.
They put the hood in victimhood.
You should have had. Honestly, you could have had number 1 white liberals, and number 2 black women. That's what you should have had. Black women in general are why the black community is cooked.
That's true. Yeah, guys. The whole micro aggressions is just trying to find a way to get offended. Because guys, here's the thing: the number one thing about victimhood is it makes people assume malice. Guys, Matt, Snowboard, they haven't said dumb stuff to me, but as white guys, they've asked me questions to learn more about me and more about black people, right? Like my good friend Greg, my good friend John. You have to ask people dumb questions to learn more about them. I don't assume malice, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not black, so they don't get it. It's like us going to like Peru and asking them things about Peru. I don't know. How am I supposed to know what to ask for if you just if anything can set you off? And they wonder why white people just don't care. They just don't. Guys, pop culture and media, right? I mean, this is a given. Rap,
I think
Cardi B and all these whores. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think for me, this is the most important one that doesn't get spoken about. Like, I know I'm always talking about this, but in like the late 80s, when they started putting like blocaine into neighborhoods and stuff like that, it also, a ton of the rap music is designed to make you a simp for the prison industrial complex without you knowing it. Because when you see a rap video, what is it? A guy with guns, with quick cash that he spends from selling drugs, and that's the formula that is the success in the modern young black mind. And it's not and then white women love it, B-dubs love it. That has done so much damage, and it's done by the prison industrial complex without you really know, and drug companies or bad drug type stuff.
As this is the victimhood mentality that I was telling you about, and I'll do a video on this too. So guys, listen to this, and we'll talk about this. Talk about victimhood mentality, right? Here we go.
The reason why there's over 500,000 Black women that are getting laid off and having a hard time finding a job is because these companies no longer want to deal with any more racism and discrimination cases. Now, I worked in HR for over 10 years, and I was actually let go because,
of course you did,
because I took a look at our budget report and saw the pay differential between our white and Black.
AJ,
and I exposed everything with.
Even if that was true, it's still a valid reason. They just say, I don't want to deal with any lawsuits or anything, so I'm just going to hire a white person. Like, it's actually still a valid reason either way. If you have a company and say, like, I don't want to deal with a B-dub who's going to cause a problem, it's still valid.
Well, I mean, legally, it isn't. You can't discriminate based on race. One thing that they are doing is you see these people where if there's pronouns on a resume, nope.
Yeah.
Nope, because they bring that victimhood mentality. And guys, listen, hold on.
The reason why there's over 500,000 Black women that are getting laid off and having a hard time finding a job is because these companies no longer want to deal with any more racism and discrimination cases. Now, I worked in HR for over 10 years, and I was actually let go because I took a look at our budget report and saw the pay differential between our white and Black employees, and I exposed everything was ultimately let go.
Oh, wait. Go ahead.
So this idiot thinks that race was the only variable. Maybe the white people had gone to better colleges. Maybe the white people they had negotiated better. Maybe they went to some real university, not some crappy HBCU or some goofball university, online university, right? There's a myriad of reasons why someone could get paid more than you. And guys, this is the mindset of lazy, knuckleheaded, dunderheaded morons. Guys, I don't care how much the rest of my colleagues make. Because here's the thing. Do you think this person would be happy if the blacks were actually getting paid more and some white person sounded the alarm? Do you guys think Thank you very much.
Of course not.
There was a guy that I worked with, and he was all about the whole pay transparency thing. Have you guys heard of this? Where they're saying that private companies should list how much money all of their employees make, so that if you're applying there, you know how much to ask for. Is that not the dumbest thing that you've ever heard in your entire life? Why would you do that? If all of us on this panel work at a place and we get paid different, there's so many variables. Maybe Corey just demanded more money. Maybe Matt was just more qualified, right? Maybe Snowboarder, his company was bought out and they gave him a position or whatever based on that. But just feel like I'm entitled to Snowboard's salary because he's a man and I'm a man. That's stupid. It's woman think. It's idiotic. And guys, hey.
And it's not performance based either.
Hey, but
Not
guess
really.
what? What happens when you're the one who's making the most money?
Yeah.
And then everyone looks at you and looks at your check, right? And all of a sudden,
Miss Nonprofit B-Dub getting almost 100K doing nothing.
Yeah, and all of a sudden
Social
it's
worker.
I'm gonna kill your bitch ass, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You want to create discord at an organization? Let everyone know how much everyone makes. That's a mess. And people always assume that they won't be the bad guy, that they're the ones getting underpaid instead of the ones being overpaid. You know what I'm saying? So
HR girly, you're well connected with other.
But also, maybe the reason why you got fired was because you leaked an internal document
that
you had access to due to your position.
Yep.
Well, she's used to internal leaking. Oh! She's leaking documents all over the place. Oh!
Guys, look. Dustnut says, I'm not interested in saving the community. I just date hot Ethiopian chicks and vote Republican. And that's the way to go. Ethiopian chicks are hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, my weakness, redheads and Ethiopian women, dude. Straight up.
Yeah, straight up. So, yeah.
They're women
Yeah,
in HR at different companies.
Snowboard. So in 2-3 years, that's going to be the next trip, the next stamp in our passport. So
And
this
so we're
October,
he's gonna go with his patented.
I can start letting my inner black out.
Hey, Snowboard is invited to the cookout, guys. Sorry, he just is. You know what I'm saying? So
And a lot of us had the same experience. We would receive a lot of discrimination cases from Black women in leadership positions. Now, keep in mind, these companies were required to maintain a certain amount of Black and brown staff members.
There you go. We're required to maintain a certain number, meaning a good chunk of them didn't deserve to be there in the first place.
That's called positive discrimination.
Thank you.
At one point, and a lot of these women were ending up in management positions. Black women were at the top of their game for a while. But
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
if they began to be a company nuisance, they would do anything to get their ass out of the door. And when I say a company nuisance, that means reporting discrimination, reporting racism. As soon as you do it, there is a target on your back. These companies will hold meetings with the top management and HR and say, hey, this person's becoming a company nuisance. They're affecting the company morale. What can we do to shorten their time with this company? At which point we would go through all the policies, procedures, your performance, the company handbook, and see if there is anything that they can do to get your ass up out of there. Things like you might have been able to be 15 minutes late consistently due to traffic before, but
there you go.
Wait.
There you go.
Hold on.
Well.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I do.
Well. Like routinely 15 minutes late for work. What?
Yeah. And so maybe I'm a little slow here. So men, please catch me up. But wouldn't you think, like in my small, and I'm 1/8 small hat, so I can say this, but in my 1/8 small hat brain.
Just seeing his wallet. Oh! His bank account, that's a spot.
Yeah, no wonder he's collecting coins and he's clipping them too. Oh!
Yes, I am. But in my mindset says, leave a half hour earlier. Leave a half hour earlier. Look, I do love the shiny stuff.
I've seen pictures of Snowboard's coin and gold collection. Yeah, he's definitely part small. And anyone listening to this, guys, we make fun of everyone over here, right? Blacks, Hispanics, it doesn't matter, guys. You know what I'm saying? And if you're the type to get mad when your group gets made fun of, just kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, guys, there's some super chats that I missed. Cork says $2 because I can count to 11 with my fly clothes. Look at this guy. Thanks for that.
No, you're not asking me. No, it's called garlic croutons. Yeah, and they're right there on the seat.
Now they on your ass about your punctuality. You might have been able to come into the office with a bonnet every now and then because you're having a bad hair day, and now you have a dress code.
You need a Jiffy Pop bag.
Oh my God!
With a bonnet on your head.
I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
This is what it is. I'm gonna change this, right? Let me pull this up. So that when we go back to it. Hold on. Number one's gonna be black women. And then it's gonna be white liberals.
Ladies
right?
first, yeah.
Because
that takes care of number 4 then.
She's trying to excuse wearing a bonnet to work.
And showing up on time.
Like, how insane is this? You know? Look at that.
They would look for little things to just target you to make it seem like you are not performing well on the job. And obviously, we know that it's retaliation. They know that it's retaliation, but good luck proving that it's retaliation. These companies know that only about 2% of retaliation cases are even going to go anywhere. And before,
guys, let's just grant this as being true. Why test them, right? This is like, if you grant that everything liberals say about the police is true, what are you going to mess with the cops for, right? If the police are out there putting belt to ass and not getting in trouble for it, what are you going to provoke the police for? If all this is true, why are you going to provoke the racist corporations, right?
Or it's all said and done, you're probably going to go broke in lawyer fees and probably just get a really small settlement either way, but you still ain't got no job. And you're not going to get a good referral. They're not going to give you a good referral to another company, actually. Now the DEI is over with and they don't have to hire a certain amount of Black and brown people to keep their shareholders happy. Discrimination cases are way down.
So that means that the only reason why you were there is because of your
yeah, to
DEI.
keep them happy. Yeah,
You just told on yourself. Guys, if DEI is gone, affirmative action's gone, and you get hired, that means you're supposed to be there. And once again, everyone what group benefited the most from DEI and affirmative action?
White women.
Thank you very much.
That's also who benefited the most from slaves too.
That's true. Yeah,
as well.
That's true.
They're able to use their HR staff to focus in on other claims and other cases. If they reduce the amount of Black women that they keep in the office, they don't have to deal with the whole angry Black woman stereotype.
They don't want to deal with that.
Doesn't that sound like heaven, guys? Seriously, right? Can you imagine?
She says
guys, hold on. I'm closing my eyes and I'm picturing a workplace with no B-dubs. Oh, guys, man, what a sweet fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. What a joke.
Don't have to deal with the discrimination cases. They don't have to really deal with the racism cases. And I mean, there are some, but it's a way smaller percentage than it was a couple of years ago. And so now when you see all these Black women saying that they're not getting callbacks, they're not able to find a job where it was easy for them just a little while ago, you understand that they wore out that whole discrimination and racism thing with these companies to the point where they are only keeping a very small percentage of Black women, and they have to move a certain type of way to even be able to keep that damn job, because they will replace your ass with a white woman quick as hell. The reason why there's over 500,000.
You mean if you're employed that you actually have to do your job and benefit the company? That's crazy talk.
Yeah, guys.
You know, guys, I haven't said this yet. What do I always say, guys? American Black women are the scum of the earth, dude. Shut up. There are no worse women on the planet than freaking American Black women. No one has worse women to choose from than American Black men. We have the absolute worst. You could Thanos snap 80% of these broads off the planet.
80%.
And no one would.
I say 99%.
Yeah, dude. Honestly. And then, Black women are the worst, and Black mothers are the worst. That's why, most Black mothers are single mothers raising the future felons and carjackers of America. Dude, shut up.
Yep, that's true. Guys, look at this.
Has been unemployed for. Alexa Liaco spoke with a woman in Fairburn who has been unemployed for nearly a year. And Alexa, she says that she has applied to hundreds of jobs.
She scrolled through her computer, Sharon, and showed us the list of cover letters. You can only imagine just how frustrating that is.
She can get it.
She's all right. Yeah.
The beat-up's a damn train wreck, but I smashed this shit.
Shauna Pinnock Glover says she's applied for around 800 jobs since being laid off in January. And despite going through several rounds of interviews for multiple jobs, she's had no luck. And unfortunately, she's not alone.
All of these are all copies of my resume and different.
Repeat after me. Would you like fries with that?
AJ, they used to be able to work at Starbucks, but they can't even do that anymore.
I know, right? Yeah.
Cover letters.
Searching for a job has become Shauna Pinnock Glover's full-time gig.
It is
You see the hyphenated last name, right? Cooked.
Mentally taxing.
Yes, I don't see a father. You know what I mean?
Process.
On top of spending hours on applications and interviews, she's undergoing the most physically taxing process she's ever endured: treatment for breast cancer.
Stage 1, triple negative in the left breast, stage 3, ER positive in the right. So 2 different types of breast cancer. Didn't even know that was possible, but I'm an overachiever, I guess.
Her sense of humor getting her through postponing her own wedding for chemo.
It was a very dark time. My husband's birthday is in December. My bonus baby's birthday is in December. And I remember at Christmas last year, being very, very scared at the thought that I wouldn't be here to celebrate the next birthdays and Christmas.
But she's made it through treatment, feeling well enough to
Guys, why would any man be with this? Why? Why was she hyphenated? Hold on, she hyphenated her last name, right? She's living off of him, right?
Yep.
Guys, we need to call these broads what they are. They're bums, right? And guys, she's still trying to be strong and independent, right?
You're a bum.
You're a bum. And guys, she probably was an HR or some stupid nonprofit job. You know what I'm saying?
Small
in the
wedding.
bedroom, and I was just like, you know what? We're just gonna embrace the bald head. Forget it.
What was her name again?
Through enough pain to keep
Mud.
Because I was going to try to look her up on LinkedIn and see what kind of degree she had.
She fights to stay here with the ones she for jobs right now. Unfortunately,
Her name is Breaking Bald.
Can you go back breaking show her name back?
It is
Breaking Bald. So two different. You know that was possible.
Okay, hold on. Keep it there.
Did you see the picture though of them as gangsters on the wall?
Yeah, I knew you were just
that sums up everything you need to know.
Oh, dude, I found her. Okay, I'm not gonna show it or anything, but okay. She has hold on. Okay, she has a Bachelor of Arts in English from Spelman.
Of course. A
Then
degree from Spelman. Hold on.
Her last job. So she's an award-winning social and brand strategist. So
her award for her strategy was unemployment.
Yeah, so she was a social media director at Revolt Media for 3 years in Georgia.
That was Diddy's
social
company.
social media. What's that? Revolt Media. Yeah,
that was Diddy's company.
Oh snap!
And then she was social media director at the Grio. Dude.
Yeah. The pro-black white people evil site. Yeah, ridiculous. So, but yeah. So guys, black women number one. White liberals, victimhood, pop culture, single moms. I mean, I think all of these equal single moms, obviously, right? And then, guys, number 5, black people, we're just too familiar with each other. This is what I was trying to tell that one broad that called in last week when she said that she would talk differently to her boss who's black than her boss who's white.
Yeah,
I said that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I said you're gonna try. I said that's disrespectful. If it's your supervisor, they deserve the same respect that a white guy would. That's why Kevin Samuel said, when you get on this show, you talk to me the same way that you would talk to a white guy. Yeah. Because black people in general, we are far too familiar. My dad, he's a doctor. He had black patients come in talking to him all kinds of crazy. He's like, whoa, you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Black business owners put up.
I see that many times with black cops.
Yes.
That especially black cops, that when they're dealing with black people, the black people think that they can talk to them any kind of way.
Yep, that's true.
Wow,
that's true. Yep. And guys, I don't play.
Remember that one lady, Officer Brooks? Remember?
Yeah, Mr. Brooks. I'll sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. You know what I'm saying? She was the.
The one at the park.
Oh my God. Can I have my
phone? Yeah, guys, here we go. So, Lock the Bounty Hunter. What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Doing okay. How you been, man?
Good, man. Good. We're talking about the black community and how and why it's totally cooked, and can it be saved? Oh boy! And guys, I don't think it can. I think the only thing that'll save it is if there's clear delineation based on class, just like how white.
I was about to say that
everyone else
class separation, and then freaking black men are gonna have to have kids with women of other races.
Yeah. Because Yeah. If I have a
think
kid
that
with an Asian chick, she will. I mean, that kid will be black. If I have a kid with Hispanic chick, that kid will be black. We black men don't need black women to make more black people. That's just how it works. And oftentimes, if you have a mixed race kid that's raised by a black father and like a white mom or a black mother, they actually turn out better than a white dude in Glocktavia having a kid.
Guys,
the black women who put the negative mindset in the black kids.
Guys, help me understand this, right? Why in God's green earth would a white guy marry and have kids with an American black woman? Why would you do that?
I know why.
First off, because here's the thing: if I'm black and my wife is any other race, the kid is black, and I can still help that child navigate through everything in their life. If you're a white guy, you're gonna first off, most black women would have to. Okay, so the black woman is black, the kid is black, so that's automatically a barrier in your way as being the patriarch of the family. Most women will make you apologize for being white during the development of the child, and you have to downplay your whiteness and trash white America to like stay on the good side of this black woman.
Just to get a blowy.
Well, I mean, there is a reason. There is a reason for that. White people invented racism. I mean, it's a scientific fact at this point. So, as the guy who is directly responsible for inventing racism, I have to apologize for it every single freaking second, because racism did not exist until I was born. All right, the science has changed, and it's been proven.
Yeah.
But just real quick, AJ.
Wait. KTV Radio says that the American blacks are worse, pushing this FBA. Guys, the delineation is not a psyop, bro. It's not. Pan-Africanism is a psyop. To say that all black people all around the world are the same is a psyop. I don't see pan-Asianism, pan-Hispanicism, or pan-Europeanism. Guys, black Americans have our own distinct culture, just like Jamaicans have their own, just like Igbo and Ethiopians have theirs, just like the French have theirs, and the Swedes and the Danish. Black Americans are our own ethnic identity, just like Jamaicans are. When the Jamaicans got dropped off on that island, right, they managed to make their own ethnogenesis, right? Over that couple hundred years, right, that they were there, all of a sudden, there's Jamaicans. In the same way that in the United States, we are black Americans. I have nothing in common with a person from Benin. I have nothing in common with an Ethiopian. I have more in common with Snowboard and Korg and Matt because we're both Americans. Our black American culture and white American culture run parallel to each other. We have commonalities. I have more in common culturally with a white American than an Igbo person from Nigeria. Now, I can say KTV that the whole FBA movement, yes, they do get a little bit crazy, yes, where they're like, oh, we're this and that. But the reason why KTV is because oftentimes, anytime they talk about the diaspora, the Pan-African movement, they always put us American blacks at the bottom. Why is it that nobody questions where Jamaicans are from when blacks were dropped off in Jamaica? They were like one stop before here. But everyone questions where black Americans are from. Oh, where are you guys really from? My family's been here 400 years. Think of this. Guys, African countries are, 70, 80 years old now? Right?
Yeah. You're talking about
my lineage is
decolonization.
My lineage is older than Nigeria. My lineage is older than Benin. My lineage is older than Sierra Leone. I know where my great grandparents were from. I have documented evidence. Do you think a Nigerian who says we are from a village over there, do you think that they have documentation? Our American black lineage is more valid than anywhere in Africa, except maybe Ethiopia. But here's the thing: the conflict that these FBA people are creating is wrong. But here's the thing, TV, I don't believe in this Pan-African. I don't believe in it. It's so detrimental because if you go to Africa, right, you could play a place like Benin, Nigeria. There have been tribes that have been fighting for hundreds of years.
Yes, I was just about to make that point. The problem with the idea of Pan-Arabism or Pan-Africanism are the Africans and the Arabs. Because human beings are very violent. They're territorial. And to think that Pan-European, that Europeans get along with each other, no, they're at war more than they're at peace with each other. It's the same thing with the Arabs and the Muslims. It's the same thing with the Africans. The idea that these people all get along and march to the same tune is a fantasy.
Look at this.
It's a fantasy.
Oh yeah, yeah. It just shows a complete ignorance of history as well.
Yeah,
and I just want to say this one thing. The people that seem unnaturally focused on defining each other by immutable characteristics, those are the real racists.
Yeah, big time. Big
guys,
time.
hit the like button. Guys, here, watch this. Watch.
All right, let's talk about the unity. Right. What is the youngest country in the world today? So only about 14 years old. South Sudan.
South Sudan, yeah.
Okay. South Sudan and Sudan, one country. Okay, black people of the same lineage and same skin color, but they couldn't like each other. Danny Glover and George Clooney and some celebrities made it possible. They said, "Yeah, we want to cut off," and they cut off. As we speak in Nigeria, Mr. Nnamdi Kalu is asking for the Igbos to cut away from Nigeria. There's another Yoruba man who is asking for the Yorubas to cut off. In Cameroon, as I speak, the Kom tribe of Cameroon under the French section is asking for them to secede. This is going on in the country and you're asking for unity?
So you're saying because the continent of Africa is not unified, then we can't have a global unification of the black diaspora?
What are you unified around?
That's something we could build. What is the purpose of Pan-Africanism if you're saying that unity is impossible?
Well, you say that as if I believe in Pan-Africanism. It's the most stupid, bogus thing anybody.
See? Well, and this guy was downplaying it because, what he was talking about with Sudan and South Sudan, that was the Muslims leading a 30-year genocide against the Christians in the south of the country. Yeah. It's not that they didn't like each other or that they had problems. That was one side literally trying to exterminate the other side.
But guys, race is a very American thing because we don't go by ethnicity. We go by national identity first, and then we group everyone into races. And everywhere else, goes by ethnicity. Like Igbos, we call them tribes, but they're ethnically they're different. And this guy's going to talk about where he's from in Benin and how there's 30, 40 different tribes in Benin, and some of them's languages and cultures are different. Like it's comparing France to China. What do they have in common other than they're black? Asians don't call themselves Asian in Asia. They're Chinese, Japanese, Viet, Laotian. They don't have this. In Pan-Africanism comes from Black America. We're the only ones dumb enough to actually think that we can look at an Afro-Cuban. Hey, buddy, we're all the same. No, we're not.
Yeah, because like you're saying, Asians. There's no connection between Asians, and a lot of them hate each other on the African continent.
Oh yeah,
there's no connection amongst Africans, and a lot of them hate each other. Freaking, look at India and Pakistan. They're literally the same people but different religions, and they literally want to nuke each other back to the stone.
Yeah. Locke, you were saying? Sorry.
No, it's all good. Well, what I thought was funny how he was asking. It's like, What are we going to unify under? And that guy who was sitting there against the wall, he was shifting around.
Yeah.
You know that he wanted to say, we're going to unify because we're all black.
Exactly.
That's what he wanted to say, but he knew he couldn't. He knew he couldn't say that.
KTV, yeah, you are correct. That's why I don't go to these whole dude, you're just gonna have gray hair or like no hair at all going into these spaces. TV here. I'll drop the link, guys. I think we could only take one more person.
You know what? It's cool because I gotta go.
Okay,
I'll drop.
So bring him up. I'll catch you guys later.
Guys, once again, I don't go into all black spaces or all black panels because a lot of times it just descends into foolery.
Yeah.
Right. If there's one thing that I can talk about being black and other blacks is that we are so sensitive, and that's one thing that this guy's going to talk about is how black Americans are hypersensitive and get offended all the time at everything. So it's like what, and that's a whole foundational black American FBA, we're better blah 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 stuff. So
what did you even say?
But you spoke about worldview earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if our worldview was to uplift each other?
Why?
Whose worldview?
Black people.
Which black people?
All black people.
No, that
see, have you ever heard
ignorant
a white person say we're gonna uplift all white people? We're gonna uplift all Asian people. It's such a stupid way to think.
There's no such thing. You can't go to Asia and say all Asians.
Look,
but why not?
You can't go to Asia and say all Asians. Facts. Fair use. YouTube fair use, by the way. All right.
I'm telling you, this is the mistake. Mm-hmm. We are the only ones who walk the earth, and as soon as you see a black person at the airport, oh brother, no, I'm not your brother.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Have you gone to Europe and you had an Italian man calling a German brother?
Fuck them. What's wrong with me seeing you at the airport?
This is the problem.
See,
I did explain it to me. Then.
Okay,
I don't get it.
Let me ask you.
Look at that.
Let me tell you something. The story of Chaka the Zulu.
FBA is foundational black Americans. We were the blacks who were here first. We are the descendants of slaves, right? Like we've been here just as long as whites have, right? So we're guys, let's be honest, right? American culture is blacks and whites. And it always will be blacks and whites. No other group matters. Asians don't matter. Natives don't matter. I'm sorry. Well, in the zeitgeist, nobody. I'm sorry. Like racial matters will only be between blacks and whites. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, AJ, that's not necessarily true. Asian culture matters when it's an election year. Okay,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, and they want to get that money.
Or opening a bank. Yeah.
Asians have some influence, but no, they don't. Because guys. You guys remember the whole Stop Asian Hate thing? Yeah, you guys remember that?
Oh, that was funny.
But guys, why? Geez, snowboard, WNBA. Why didn't that take off?
Because they're doing great.
No. Anyone? Why didn't Stop Asian Hate take off?
Are you talking about like the random attacks that were happening during the Great Unpleasantness?
Yes, but who was doing it to Asians?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Now I know what we're talking about.
Yeah, of course. Oh no, that goes against the narrative that it was Nug and Gloctavia going upside Chinwoo's head. Come on, man.
Businesses.
Yeah.
No, the only reason why it got so much coverage as it did was because it was an election year.
Yes. Yep. And even then, it died out. Guys, look at DEI. DEI says no Asians and no whites allowed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
there've literally been DEI events that say no whites and no Asians. So Asians don't matter. They don't matter in the main like racial lens of America. Natives certainly don't matter.
No.
and then Hispanics, I guess, but we have never mind. So
no, but this is if you really want to talk about how little the powers that be care about the Asians, all you have to take a look at is when we were at peak wokeness, right? I think I talked about this before, but there was like this graduation ceremony that was segregated by race.
Yeah.
They had one graduation for all of the Asians. It was what was it? AAPI, Asians and Pacific Islanders. So if you were Chinese, if you were Vietnamese, if you were from India, if you were from Samoa, you all got put into the same group.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, because all Asians are the same under AAPI.
But think about how insane that is, that they have a blacks only graduation, a Hispanics only one. Think about how insane that is. There are certain colleges that have blacks only dormitories right now, and they think that it's a good thing. You're trying to tell me the left isn't racist, you know?
What was he what was he famous for before they killed him? Tormenting fellow black tribes in that region.
Okay.
So that's the man you're going to unite with? Okay. I'm just telling you. We think that skin color makes you and me the same. We're not. I am from a small tribe called the Ajak tribe in Benin. Benin is only 6.5 million people with over 40 tribes. When I say tribe, I mean the language is like French and Chinese. I don't have anything in common with the 49 other people in my country. Nothing in common. They speak a different language. They have a different God, a different religion, different food, different forms of wear and culture, traditions, and customs. We were forced, carved and say, remain here. He's not my brother. Now you're asking for a global brotherhood of all black people.
There you go.
Yep.
Do you see? And guys, what that does, you guys remember how I talked about being too familiar, right? Guys, this hurts people because, okay, if a black person comes here, a lot of us American blacks expect them to know our customs, ways, slang, or whatever, and then that could cause comments on problems when they don't know that. Guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of Africans, you know how us, well, black men and white men, especially blacks, we really go at each other as a way to bond. We insult each other. Our shoes, our hairdo, we just we play the dozens at each other. But a lot of Africans don't play that mess. They don't like disrespect in the same way that like Russians and Eastern Europeans don't. So black people think we're all brothers. And then you're talking mess to a dude from Benin and he punches you in the mouth. He's like, what are you talking about my mama for?
Yeah.
So we have to respect each other's cultural differences. But just because he's black and I'm black, that would be like Snowboard saying that he's white and then some dude from friggin' Finland is white. That's not the same. They're two different people. They're not brothers.
Why would the black people be different from any continent? Europe is a global community of white people, but they don't go around saying brother and sister. Asia is a community of all yellow Asians in Asia. They don't go around calling each other brother and sister. Same with the Middle East, same with everywhere. Where only when it comes to black people, you think we are all the same. We're not the same.
Oh, okay. Because, and look, hold on. Really quick.
What are you saying?
These clowns, they're selling a book. So they're playing the woke angle.
No, that's
together and
that's the other guest that they don't show on the left. He's selling his book.
Okay, well, I thought that they were all. The reason I'm saying that is they're trying to say all the buzzwords and everything that sounds good, as if you're running a political campaign. Like, we need to come together. We need to stand together as black brothers. People love hearing that, and it always works.
Yeah,
so that's kind of what I thought they were. But this guy on the left looks defeated. The third guy, because he couldn't argue what this other guy is saying. Yeah, it's like breaking his worldview, but that's good.
Here's something that's interesting. Sorry for cutting you off, man.
No, you're all good.
Okay, so we got the three guys here who are trying to call for this impossible unification.
Hold on, sorry. Europe has different ethnicities that are in said nations. Germans are ethnically German in the same way that Chinese are ethnically Chinese. French are ethnically French in the same way that the Japanese are Japanese. Okay? The English are English just like the Mongolians are Mongolian. Go back 900 years, There was French culture, language, food, customs, just like there was Japanese language, customs, and food. It's the same thing, except Europeans aren't allowed to actually have their ethno-national standard. I'd be in control of their ethno-national destiny, and it's BS. It's complete crap. Why can't, if a Japanese person could say, I would prefer that Japan stay majority Japanese, everyone who moves here learns Japanese, etc. Why can't an English person do it, or a Scottish person, or a Welsh person? And Julie is correct. It's Canada, the United States, New Zealand, and Australia are the only places where anyone can go there, get their citizenship, and be that country. You know what I'm saying? But nowhere else, because everywhere else has an ethno-national standard. Locke, you were saying?
Yeah, so one thing I found really interesting is how you got these three guys that they are calling for like a impossible unification of everybody based on a certain skin pigmentation. Take a look at them. Take a look at how they're dressed. Take a look at how they're sitting. It's like, they're very slouched. They're dressed very casual. One guy's in leather freaking pants, but then you take a look at the guy who's actually arguing. What's that?
Pleather.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh God. It's just, and if you take a look at the guy who's arguing against him, it's like, he's well dressed, he's well spoken, he's got good posture, but these three guys are the ones that the public are supposed to be listening to.
They're just clowns. I can't stand these guys, dude. This daily wrap up crew, literally a bunch of clowns.
Yeah, but people were talking bad about this guy, Dr. Frank Zanzu. He goes viral on TikTok. But yeah, they were talking. But the man makes so much sense. But here, guys, they talk bad about Thomas Sowell, which is crazy. One of the greatest minds
Thomas
ever.
Sowell?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want Thomas Sowell to be my uncle. How can you actually?
He's the man.
How can you talk smack about that guy?
FBA was announced, because once you guys acknowledge us as colored people, right? What? And then it went from that to African Americans. We embrace our brothers and sisters that was on the other side, right? And getting shit.
They didn't ask for that.
And people with selfish mindsets, not thinking like how we're thinking, like let's connect, let's
look like dopes.
When you get frowned upon, now this is why black.
So in other words, you asked them to accept some agenda, they said no, and now you're going to be an asshole to them. Guys, once again, too familiar. This goes to that last one, and we'll go back. We'll get back on topic here in a second. But yeah, guys, let's watch like 5 minutes. Guys, Thomas Sowell's still alive, guys.
Americans,
he's like
95. Black Americans say, okay, I don't want to be a part of what African American stands for, because I'm not African American. They clearly then that's where the conversation comes to. But look, but then you go with, so what is this foundation of African? You guys was African American. Well, it's like, why would I want to be African American if I know that you guys?
Who is you guys African American?
Well, the people that look at African Americans as if you're not
them.
African American
He's
unless you know what tribe you're from, what else, unless you didn't read
I'm not
the book
African
about
American.
No,
but what he's trying to, I got you. Okay, so you have to remember, when it comes to their show, they have a lot of people throughout the diaspora, a lot of women who come up here and they will say things like, well, you guys don't know who you are, you guys don't understand where you are, you guys don't understand your culture because you don't even have a language, you can't tell me where you're from. And they're like, oh, I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from Philly. No, you from Africa, but you don't know what tribe, you don't know this, that, and the third. So you're not really African American. Y'all are lost. Y'all are lost people. Like, that is like saying some Americans, the African that does anything.
I see
for things. And
let me explain something. So, the term African American is correct. It's Afro-Brazilians, Afro-Cubans, Afro-Americans. The Afro, you can make it African. I am not African American because I'm from Benin. Right. So I'm a Beninois American. Obama is Kenyan American.
Right.
You are African Americans, which means I can look at you and trace that you are from the continent, except that I can't trace which specific tribe. That's why we use the continent as a whole as a prefix to your current nationality.
So would you call somebody from Haitian, Afro-Haitian, or Afro-Jamaican, or Afro-Trinidadian?
Now, very good point. You see, those who live in the Caribbean, they are homogeneous by skin color and they don't have any mix of people. So you just call them Jamaicans, Haitians. You don't say Afro. But Brazil,
this is like 2 + 2 is 4 stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Brazil is not originally all black Caribbean country. It was Portuguese, and then they took blacks there. So to differentiate, you say Afro-Brazilians. Yeah. So that is the difference.
Yeah. So guys, but let's go back here, right?
Dude, those guys are the worst. I'm gonna look into that show more. They look like
I'll drop the link in the
like
Discord.
terrible. Yeah, they look like bad.
So guys, this is one of the things that why I can tell you that the black community's cooked is because there's this revisionist history that the black community's always been cooked, and this has not been the case. You look at the black community in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, our economic growth was exploding, right? We were way below whites. We were catching up. We had families, we had communities, in the same way that there was Chinatown, there was the black part of town. You know what I'm saying? More people lived in poverty, but there was more black businesses. They started all the HBCUs and organizations that are old and still running were started around that time. This was the time that gave birth to Malcolm X and Dr. King and Ella Fitzgerald and all these same people who we talk about for civil rights, right? You know what I'm saying? Who we talk about in Black history. They have the Harlem Renaissance. All this other stuff took place back then. We didn't see crime. We didn't have negative pop culture, right? We had blues, we had jazz, we had some rock and roll. We had
don't forget contributions to science as well.
Yeah, Ray Charles and all them. You know what I'm saying? And now we're the only group. I can say you whites are there too, but that have regressed in the last 60 years socially. Guys, let's just say that you were going to do a black history course, like African American or a black history course. What in the and we of course we'll talk about Malcolm X and Dr. King and George Washington Carver and all this stuff. What would you add that's special that's happened in the last 30 years?
Snoop Dogg,
Cardi B, bad things like that.
But what I'm saying is, in all seriousness, no, like there's you can't even say Obama because he's not technically black. His dad's from Africa, so his family wasn't a descendant of slaves like mine. So technically, he's the very first mixed race dad from Africa president, but he's not a black person. You know what I'm saying? So that isn't any good. It's a joke.
You got Michelle. He was the first gentleman of the White House.
Yeah. I would say Ben Carson doing that surgery.
Ben Carson, Clarence Thomas, Condoleezza Rice, that they don't count because they're Republicans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't get celebrated at all. There's blacks that don't even like Thomas Sowell. Like, oh yeah, he's so this and that. No, because he destroys the whole victimhood narrative. He destroys the whole blacks are just kept down by white supremacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everything is white supremacy now.
So before civil rights, and Jesse Lee Peterson talks about this a lot. We had strong families, low crime, we had economic growth, we had positive music and culture. And that got us through all kinds of things. And this is why I say all the time, the last, 40 years, we act like we know more than the last 2,500 years. We think that everything that kept societies going through wars and famine and all this other stuff is BS and doesn't work. And us American blacks, we were the canary in the coal mine. This MK Ultra psyop, they pulled it on us first, and now it's affecting you white people now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's an absolute joke. And guys, this is what's going on now. Single mother homes, high crime per capita, poverty, negative music and culture.
It's huge. It's huge.
And matriarchy. Right here. We're cooked. We're cooked.
Oh yeah.
Guys, this is why your tribe, your community is guys like the guys on this panel. Skin color doesn't matter in trying to build a successful tribe who you guys can conquer the world with. You can learn stuff from anyone. It doesn't matter. How many times did Kevin Samuels had girls call in who were like, well, only black people should be able to talk about certain things. Only whites. Is like, so you're trying to tell me that if a white person is trying to give you a recipe for success, you're just going to not listen to them because they're white? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But so many black women think this way. And that
nothing. Sorry.
Yeah. And until these factors are fixed, black people are cooked. And guys, we can't even admit that there's a problem. Secret, Doug, Keyshawn, all you guys. How many times have you even talked about these single moms are bad, right? They're having bastard kids and it's messing up the neighborhood. And all you guys get is, I'm going to kill your bitch ass. Bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah.
2 plus 2 is 4, So.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like you can't, remember I keep taking it back to black women, but it's true. Like you can talk trash about black men all day, but black women, there's this thing where like you go from 0 to you can't talk about black women in freaking 2 seconds, dude. I'm telling you, most I'll say this, most of society's ills, most of Black America's ills, but most of society's ills come from black women, dude. You cannot change my mind on this. You just can't do it.
And going back to the negative music and culture, what does that bring? Drugs. And drugs influences every other thing else that's in there.
So I actually heard something interesting about that. I mean, AJ, if you talked about this before I side down, please stop me. But I think it was Ice Cube was being interviewed by somebody, and he said if you take a look, I
put up in the private chat.
If you take a look at what was it, the
prison industrial complex is
the prison industrial complex. Okay, cool. So you were talking about it. All right, cool.
Look at this, guys. Watch. This is everything wrong with the black community right here.
Oh, stinking mother! Look at those stinking bitch up in here. Look at those stinking in my mother house with my 13-year-old mother child. I smacked her god face. She better glad I ain't yet. Stinking, but the seat up cleaning on the mother way. Oh, trifling. You, meant that. Big nasty motherfucker laid up in here naked when I motherfucking got here.
Wow.
Stupid, sloppy. And I got her key. You ain't getting no motherfucking thing. Man ain't getting you. That's a fucking child. Man ain't getting you nothing. Man, I ain't got to tell my son. I done told you before you try that. If you try
I think I understand some of those words.
I done told.
Caught this 21-year-old demon with her 13.
She's 21?
With her 13-year-old son.
Wow.
Coach said it the best. Don't try and save the community. Save yourself, guys. Save yourself. And all you white dudes, guys, here's the thing. Guys, you don't got to put up with this. Guys, avoid them at all costs, right? Guys, I told you guys, when I went to buy my house, I made sure I drove through this neighborhood multiple times during the day to make sure that the majority of people didn't look like me. I didn't see any 78 Cadillacs on spinning rim. I didn't see it being Tuesday at 8 a.m. and there's freaking nug on the front porch drinking a 40. I made sure. Because guys, what do I always say is the best part about white people snowboard lock?
They're predictable.
Thank you very much. White people are predictable. That's the best part about white people and Asians are predictable. Okay,
well, he's talking about suburban white people in general.
Yeah.
They are very predictable.
Yeah, I don't consider trailer trash Tammy a human being, so that doesn't. They don't count. Yeah, they're not humans. You know? And they're Neanderthals.
Yeah,
you know.
As a matter of fact, when I was on Snowboard Show on Thursday, I asked the chat if you were black to put a 1 because I wanted to see how many people of color was in the chat. Unfortunately, it must have been slow, and Keyshawn Jones was busy. But I'm gonna say what I was gonna say on a Snowboard Show, and I was gonna say
at some 304's house.
Yeah. Okay, Keyshawn Jones, you get a pass.
Yeah,
we
all know how Keyshawn get.
Pull out game, mate. Pull out game, man. I just don't pull out, bitch. For you motherfuckers that want to know, I don't pull out. It ain't weak, motherfucker. I don't pull out.
and so when I want this, so the advice that I wanted to give my brothers out there on Snowboard Show was, dude, you need to have a couple of good white friends. Because I know for me, the white friends that I've had in my life, when I had to turn my lease in, it was actually one of my white friends who gave me his pickup truck. He gave me a pickup truck, and 2 years ago.
What did Dave Chappelle say? It's always good to have a white friend. Hey, no, you might want to register those firearms.
Come bail you up. And 2 years ago, my very best one of my best friends out here passed away. And actually left me his car and his silver coin collection. And
nice.
so when my sperm donor passes away, all I'm going to get is a bill. But so you need a couple of good white friends in your life.
Yeah,
just pimping you on some game.
Well, that and bro, I'm telling you, white dudes are the ones who will call you up. Hey, man, I got beer. I got my uncle's boat. Let's go fishing. All right, cool. Let's go. I got beer. And you guys go to the lake and you have a great day. Or hey, man, we're gonna kick the pigskin around or whatever. Let's go. That's what white friends do. It's snowing out. Hey, we made a friggin' a little snow hill and a jump. You want to come sledding with us? You're like, sure.
Yeah,
that's what happened. White friends.
Peter's house, man.
Yeah. So
it don't matter if y'all won't come no more. You ain't going out here. Don't me. You think it's funny? It ain't mother funny, boy. Yeah. Look at those nasty. Look at them. All nasty. You ain't going no mother. Get out the door. When the police come, so stupid.
Nasty, you guys. This is.
I'm gonna knock your mother. You gonna stop? I don't give a.
Wow. This woman walked in the house and caught a 21-year-old woman in her house with her 13-year-old son.
Disgusting.
13. A woman that could drink, drive, live on her own, creeping in this woman's house with her son that can't even drive. This went viral, and when I first saw it, I was wondering, was it real? Well, it's definitely not AI. Here's the mugshot.
Jesus.
That is 21.
That's what I thought.
You guys know what that is, right? You know what it is?
That's a huge bitch.
Look, black may not crack, but it damn sure bruises. That's what I call her bruiser.
Got locked up in real life.
Meanwhile, in Clinton, the police say a woman has been arrested in a child abuse investigation. On March 25th, officers were called to an assault reported at a residence near Bridgman Park Drive around 1:30 a.m. Police say they found Makaya Davenport sexually a victim who is between the ages of 11 and 14. Davenport is charged with criminal conduct with a minor. She was booked into the Lawrence County Detention Center where she's being held on a $10,000 bond.
Disgusting.
How is that
Big
not
nasty
statutory?
motherfucker laid up in here naked when I motherfucking got here. Stupid, sloppy.
Yeah, her right there. She was laid up at that.
Guys, this is on live too. She went live with it.
Either one of them paid a bill in there. Then this one right here. All this for a 13-year-old.
Nasty. Nasty.
Remember, Stunning and Brave. No, it's Stunning and Brave. Stunning and Brave.
Yeah, come on back here and get this out of my motherfucking house before I call up. This overgrown in my motherfucking house with my 13. That right there. My son, 13 years old. That's a grown motherfucking woman. I will beat the. I wouldn't give a fuck about none of that.
Listen, the mama calmed down for a couple seconds, but the police showed up and she got mad all over again, having to tell them the story.
I ain't no going out no more back door. Go out the front door. You came through the door. Go out the front door.
I know that girl did not try to leave out the back door like nobody would see her.
Go out the front door. Come on out of here. Come on out of here. Come on.
What are you doing? See? She didn't even think she did anything wrong.
She 21, my baby 13. She going to jail. Have a great motherfucking night. You.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Yeah, get all that. Call your mama now. Tell your mama that you got going to jail for messing with the minor. Slap his go. Yeah, go to jail. Good night. Stinking mother. Can play with me. Call them. I don't get the in house, man. Go in the house. Yeah. Overgrown. Left in the house. Ain't baby.
Guys, here you go. Did you guys see this video? Watch. Hold on. You see this?
The amount of special treatment that Black women get in the workplace blows my mind.
Yep.
That's correct. Did she tell a lie?
No.
Guys, anyone who wants to call in, guys, hit the StreamYard link. We'll do a 5-person panel limit, guys. So we have room for 2 more people. So, guys, anyone who wants to call in, guys, hit that StreamYard link. No swearing. Code your language. Right? And, guys, I asked you to have headphones. No background noise. None of that, all right? And turn the YouTube off if you call in. So, who was saying something?
And so, AJ, and this is what drives me crazy because throughout the majority of my career, I got special privileges. But I got those privileges because I was a top producer. I was bringing in sales. I was always in the top 3 of the scorecard, throughout, whether it's the company, the region, or anything like that. And so, yes, with that burden, with that performance came special privileges. But this day and age, now you got these people that are able to, well, prior to Trump's Orange Man's White House administration, they were able to literally get privileges, not due to merit, but just through what's between their legs and their gender. Not cool, not fair, and it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Nope.
Let's see.
More than a box of rocks. They're given that Black women get in the workplace blows my mind. They can be dumber than a box of rocks. They're given special leeway. They don't abide by the dress code. They're late all the time. And there's always an excuse. And if you're a manager and you hold them to this excuse, you're the racist because their kid or something happened in their family. And we have to stretch the rules for them. We have to overlook it. We can't say anything. Managers are afraid to approach them and confront them about the dress code, confront them about their hair, confront them about tardiness.
Look at that.
Because they'll have a video made.
Yep.
Somebody is being racist. And so managers all over the world owners, when you hire Black women, be prepared what comes along with that.
There you go. Just like the first girl said. Yeah.
AJ, real quick. So, and you know where this is predominantly and exponentially worse when they're governmental employees.
Facts.
Oh yeah.
One of my good friends, he's a manager who's literally has spent over a decade, working his way up the ladder. And he has this B-dub that is a nightmare. So much so, she was able to get him, counseled because he accidentally bumped into her. And she tried to say it was intentional, and she had to go out on FMLA and everything on those lines. But what's ironic is this woman has been a nightmare for the past several managers, and no one seems willing or able to manage her out of this governmental position, this governmental job, that she's literally holding them hostage. And now, as a manager, in order for him to meet with her, he has to have another person present.
Yeah, she knows how to play the game for the HR game.
He has a subordinate who doesn't even do her job, literally holding him hostage.
Yep. Yeah. What's crazy is my one friend's daughter, she works for the feds, and this happened to her. She's Black, and this B-dub is holding her hostage, not doing anything, filing complaints on her, all this other stuff. I tell you guys, put a 1 in this chat if you're Black and your biggest op at work is Black or has been Black. I tell you guys, it's crazy, and it's just like I told the girl the other day. I said you can't let your guard down around people just because they look like you.
Be prepared for your other workers to feel highly uncomfortable when they're constantly seeing somebody not abide by the rules and not a damn thing is done about it. Not a damn thing. And most businesses will stand by and will put up with mediocre performances because they want to keep their doors open.
There you go.
And they don't want a TikTok video made about how racist they are.
You got to ask the question, is there some validity to it? Now, you're going to have Black women that say that white women and white people automatically have the leg up on them because they can get away with murder and they can do whatever it is that they want. And I just seen a video probably 2 or 3 days ago. I did a reaction to it, and it was a lot of emotion on it. And that's why I'm addressing this issue again, because a girl said that she worked in HR and that Black women, was largely getting laid off, and they didn't have
I was about to bring this full circle
to have because they are more educated, but they slip up here and there, and they have a bad hair day, so they wear a bonnet at work, and they are 15 minutes late on a regular basis, but they should be able to be 15 minutes late on a regular basis. So the synopsis is accurate. My analysis of this whole situation is valid because I just reviewed a video of a woman that was in HR that said and confirmed the same thing, but she was complaining, saying that they needed this, and this was something that was necessary for Black women in order for them to thrive in corporate America. So the question that we have to ask ourselves is there Black privilege, especially when it comes to Black women in corporate America?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Again, let me ask the question. Think about it before you start to comment, because I want to hear what y'all got to say. Is there Black privilege when it comes to Black women existing in corporate America? I believe that it is. And I also believe that even without diversity,
you guys, even the whole idea of the fat, loudmouth, B-dub, DMV worker, you know what I'm saying? The rude B-dub waitress, right?
Post office worker.
We know this. We know that they put these dunderheads in these places for reasons. Just like Kevin Samuel says, they put B-dubs in places to protect the money, right? in the business. They're corporations attack dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
wants to
they are
file
good for that.
a complaint if the B dub is HR.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So, yeah, let's look at some more victimhood here, okay?
One thing I absolutely hate about the Black community is how you guys try to villainize actual victims. Like, I never understood that, right? Like, there could be a Black family where the daughter is being molested and she goes to her mother, her auntie, or whatever, female guardian that's around, that's taking care of her at the moment. She goes to that said female family member, tells her what's going on with her and how X, Y, and Z is happening to her. And instead of the female family member believing her or, trying to get to the bottom of things, the younger female family member is automatically accused of being fast.
Because all you women hate each other. Especially all you B-dubs hate each other. And this chick, she should have went to her granddad, her uncle. If it was not her dad doing it, her dad. Oh, but I forgot. Most of these thunderheads,
he's gone.
No, their
Yeah.
father. Guys, this is the thing. They're trying to get protection from the group who's not built to protect them. The men are supposed to protect you. If there was someone going around diddling people, the men of the village, the men of the town, they would go take care of the guy.
Round
You know
up
what
the
I'm saying? That's how it worked. But they're trying to go to women who are single moms who hate their daughters, who are trying to compete with their daughters, right?
Yeah.
Who get emotional and don't see logic and reason. Where if they had a father, the first thing he would do is he would delete the guy.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if I don't know if I can still find these on my phones, but I have videos of just this kind of justice happening in DR where you do some stuff like that in DR. The men will. If I can find some videos, I'll show you. I'll put it in the Discord if I can find some videos. It might be on my old phone, but I got like several videos of dudes doing that street justice against, members of the community that got out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll leave it at that.
Yep. It's he did that for World Star. But think of that. But think of this though. When you think of World Star, what do you think of?
Oh, ratchetness.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's a negative reinforcement of Black culture. It's just not good.
Yeah.
Let's
see. But yeah, guys. So
doesn't help.
How do Black women benefit from being in community with Black men? Not romantically, not familially, communally. Now, let's start this conversation with a working definition of community, okay?
Here's the thing, guys. I believe the whole Black men, Black women thing, it should be over with. Us Black men need to leave B-dubs alone for at least three or four generations. Well, ain't no other men checking for B-dubs unless they need a green card.
Yeah.
You have Mobutu, who's my Black American queen. I will get the forklift and take you home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, like Black men, we will be just fine. We don't get anything out of B-dubs in our lives at all, en masse. We just don't. Just heartache and headache. You know how many times that guys have ended up dead because some B-dub told another dude that he did something to her? You know what I'm saying?
When I say community, I'm talking about a shared space, physical, emotional, or digital, where there's supposed to be mutual care, support, and accountability. a space where people show up for one another, not because they're obligated to by blood or romance, but because they value humanity. Now, we know that Black men love to try to keep Black women accountable, but where's the support? Where's the mutual care? And then the thing is, like,
you're supposed to get that from your husband, and Lord knows they don't know what that is. Your husband or your father, and they don't have either. Guys, men in general aren't there to protect and provide for random women that we don't know. You shouldn't be giving any effort into any woman who you're not related to or you're not having sex with regularly. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, guys, they should be invisible to you. What a joke.
If the community...
Yeah, and they show up how? How do B-dubs support the community, guys? With Section 8 housing, food stamps, right? Because imagine we spend 50% of our tax base goes to social programs. Imagine if we cut that down to 20% tomorrow and save that 20% for veterans, homeless veterans, the disabled. How do you think they'd show up then when they actually have to work to put a roof over their heads? What a joke.
Doesn't exist. If there's no real benefit and there's no real sense of community, how can you hold me accountable? Now, so we have a working definition. How do Black women actually benefit from being in community with Black men? Not hypothetically, not ideally, but in practice, in real life. I've been sitting with this question because over the past few months, I've had to ask for help repeatedly, publicly, and overwhelmingly, it's been Black women who responded. Black women who gave, Black women who checked in.
And what did you give back? What did you reciprocate other than being entitled? You know what? Here we go. Watch this, guys. I am so glad that you have this opinion. I believe, all of the Black men that I know, including myself, avoid Black women like the plague. There is no benefit to have Black women around, and I will never help a Black woman. The community.
I don't know why this is so fun.
Community is cooked, and Black men and women need to leave each other alone from now on. It is the only way forward. My life is so much more peaceful now that I don't deal with Black women. All Black men should experience this. I hope your platform grows and your message gets out there so that Black women will give us Black men what we want. And that is leaving us alone. Keep up the good work. I am rooting for you from afar. I will cross the street if I see you or anyone who looks like you.
Well, you
Laughing
said
face.
something.
Post.
You actually said something very telling.
I don't know how my account hasn't been banned yet, guys. I swear to God, dude. I don't understand it. Oh no!
All you has to do is look in the mirror, AJ.
Oh,
Check your privilege.
She wrote a book, guys. A Black woman-centered liberation starts with self-centering. Please.
Wow.
Please. Why don't you center yourself on a treadmill? You friggin' land.
You actually said something very telling during this
she got that
stream.
sugar foot.
Diabetes. You got the diabetes.
She lives in Vietnam. Look at that. Ew, she had to have a hysterectomy? Look, this chick is so cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked. But she's the one that's trying to talk bad about us.
All right, I'm moving around. I'm outside. I'm waiting for my ride. I'm about to go.
She about to catch that tuk-tuk. But you said something very telling during this stream, that Black men do not need Black women to create Black children.
Exactly. Yep.
We can create Black families without Black women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guys, no men want to be with Black women. Every now and then they might dip into the beta pool, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then all they do is
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
We make them call us daddy and treat it just like they did.
Guys, Carlos says this is epic. Go get her. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And guys, let's check the likes. Let's try and hit 100 likes, guys.
And AJ, I do want to monologue.
3 more likes, guys. So,
and before we end this topic, I do want to monologue for a minute or two about why we're cooked, just from my own personal experience.
Hold on. Let's go back here. Let's do this first, and then the floor is all yours. Hold on. Yeah. And what were you saying?
So, ironically, when you sent me the message about this stream, I was actually on the phone talking to a Black woman that I've been friends with for over 2 decades. And
God's name, why?
That's another stream.
Well.
And so early last year, I told her look, I think you're going to be in jeopardy of losing your job in the next 24 months. Things are changing. That gave my thesis on this. And I told her that, look, you need to prioritize finding a man this year. You're not prepared for retirement, that. You're in a career that is in jeopardy of you being replaced. And so you need to really start. You're going to need a man to get through retirement because you can't do it on your own. And so she calls me today. Turns out she just found out that that the school district is not renewing her contract next year, that her position is being eliminated. And this is a woman whom fell into the whole narrative of I don't need no man, that. And I've been giving her advice throughout the years. And, this is why I know we're cooked, because I have women in my life that they know I care about them. They know I love them unconditionally. There's nothing that I want from them. I'm not trying to dick them down, nothing like that. And they know I got one, 2 brain cells rubbing together. It's like snowboard indoctrination.
Yeah.
They caught they caught me when I was Seagrip the simp.
Yeah.
And so they're grandfathered in.
Yeah, guys. I honestly don't believe that men and women should ever be platonic friends.
Oh, I have no more platonic friends now. Like I said, there's just a couple of them, and they're grandfathered in. And even then, I keep my time to them, pretty much based. But we're sitting there, and we had this really good conversation, and it just never ceases to amaze me how if you cannot, as a good dude with a good heart, good head on your shoulder, and good intentions, if you can't motivate, educate, and inspire the women who know all this about you, how can you change or get women who don't know you to act or move any differently? And this is why we're cooked, because our women, they're so. I posted in the chat about propaganda and how women are more susceptible to propaganda, especially when it feeds their narrative or their limited worldview. And so these women have bought hook, line, and sinker. I don't need no man. I'm strong and independent, most educated. And when they go and get rough, they go back to school and rake up more debt.
Yep.
And
then they end up nurses.
Then life kicks them in the crotch. Life kicks them in the crotch, and they don't even want to accept accountability or responsibility for their choices and decisions, putting them in a position. And I tried to tell her that, look, being a functional adult, having a job is good, but having a husband is better. And now, I'm listening.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's actually one of the big things that we noticed with the propaganda is how they're all demanding participation trophies for being a functional adult. That's the thing that scares me the most. That's what you are not special because you are gainfully employed. I'm sorry. Millions of people have been gainfully employed for centuries, and it doesn't change just because you have a job.
Yeah. And that's why, men, I tell you all the time, if you don't listen to a darn word Seagrip says, listen to this. Do not be these chicks' bailout package.
Yeah.
Do not be their stimulus package. Do not be their retirement plan. And this woman, she needs to learn. And I told her, you should have learned from your stepmother, because her father, her and her father and mother were together almost 40 years before she passed away. And she wasn't even a year in the ground where one of his co-workers got him to wipe her up. And now he's passed away, and she's walked away with his military pension, his Social Security, and his pension from her other job. And this was a chick who was with a dude for 23 years that didn't marry her, had kids with him, and was still dealing with him while she was with her father. Yeah. And now she's walking away with over $7,000 a month in benefits.
Yeah. Here you go, guys.
Raise your hand if you're married.
So guys, this is back in the 80s. Okay, watch.
None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father.
Well. All right, guys, and this wasn't how blacks were. Was it? This is in the 80s, 20 years earlier, okay?
Wow.
10 years earlier. You didn't see this, guys. It was the 80s, especially the 90s.
Yeah. Around the time that
The rest of you who don't.
I think it's funny. Yeah.
They always
plan to get married.
Funny.
Yeah.
Like they find the most embarrassing stuff that it should be taken seriously. They freaking laugh about it. Yeah. I got knocked up by some guy that I don't want to, that I wouldn't want to be seen dead with. It's so funny.
Or these idiots think that it's that you're better off having a kid with a guy than getting married, because marriage is too much a commitment. Please.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
But that's a little bit backwards, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
No, but they're high value, so they got to keep their options open.
But guys, look at Look at this. And I've done this before. Look at blacks in the 50s. Look at this. Hold on.
Dressed better, happier, work harder.
Look at this.
So actually, this kind of reminds me of something. So, yeah, AJ, you know Motown, right? The music.
Yes.
Like there was actually something really interesting because if you actually got signed up as an artist from Motown, they actually had a woman there whose sole job it was to teach you manners.
Yeah.
Like you were taught manners. You were taught how to walk properly, how to dress properly, how to act respectfully to the people around you.
Yes.
And yeah. Oh man.
Look at this. This is how it used to be, guys. Yeah.
Now we have this Cardi B and
Look at this, guys. You certainly don't see this anymore.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is how the black community regularly was. And you certainly don't see this anymore.
No, you don't. Nope. Yeah.
Yeah, because this, and even you go to this is the 50s. Let's do black men and women in the 40s.
It's probably even more conservative.
Look at this.
Wait, no twerking?
AJ, that's the 20s, yo.
And you certainly don't see this. Christianity means love your neighbor. You certainly
don't see that anymore.
This anymore.
No.
Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. This is how the black community used to be. Not bonnets and sweatpants and all this crap.
But AJ, these women were oppressed and they were unhappy.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did not have the right to work for 40 hours a week. Okay. Stop being a militant racisms.
Yeah. Look at this. Guys, hold on. I'm gonna show you something. Let me see if I can find it really fast. Hold on. So guys, there's
I do miss that classy dress style though. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me send this to myself. Now, guys, watch this older black chick cook this white feminist. Because guys, black men and women worked together to get through like Jim Crow, slavery, and stuff. But the white women, why didn't this go? Tried to convince black women that they were oppressed. And this chick, she's an older woman, but she was part of the original Black Panther Party, right? Back.
Oh wow!
Right, and she's gonna school this absolute dumbass white feminist. Basically, watch.
Why would you say that? That's what women say. They always think the Black Panther Party was some kind of chauvinist entity. They fail to remember that NAACP, SNCC, and there was no progressive organization. There was no black organization that had any women in leadership except the Black Panther Party. Now, why is it that people would think women would cook? As a matter of fact, the chief cook was a guy named Russell, whatever his last name was, I can't think of. And the chief cook at our lamppost was a guy named Mojo. I mean, so why would we think that? It's insulting to me because people think the black people, that we had some kind of animalistic thug boys and that all the women were bitches in the kitchen. No, it was not like that. And but it calls that stereotype.
Yes.
So I'm checking it now so that you have a consciousness that I hear that. I hear people criticize the Black Panther Party all the time. Oh, it wasn't a part. It was, it was chauvinist. Oh, excuse me. Is the world not, a country that's not a patriarchy? Tell me which one it is. Do you know one?
Yeah, I just wanted you to clarify that for us.
I know, but that question wouldn't have come up if you hadn't thought that only women would be cooking.
I didn't think that, but other people
said that, so I just really.
Please. Who's other people? Who's other people?
Who has said what?
Well, it's just like
just random people.
General conversations. Sometimes.
Everyone new to the chat, guys. Code your language, guys. Put small hats in the chat and not the J word. You know what I'm saying? I'd appreciate that.
Who are these people that say these things?
Just
you know,
in
people.
my research and talking to people, it's not that anybody thinks that necessarily, but those.
Please, you see, you're backtracking.
But this is a question of women.
This is white feminism. White women have to change the narrative, so they're the constant victims. They're the biggest victims between white people and transformers, right? That's another reason why the black community has been cooked, is because we could at least try and use the left for some type of benefit. You know what I'm saying? But now the social justice conversation is dominated by transformers and lesbians. You know what I'm saying? And woke white women. You know, and they're ruining everything for everyone.
This is a question that women ask, and mostly so-called feminists of the Gloria Steinem ilk, or whatever they now want to call themselves, the third wave, second wave, whatever wave they are. And this is a very bourgeois feminist notion.
There you
because
go.
they always think that we have to get out of the kitchen.
And this is why white women don't like the intersectionality argument. Because once you add race as that variable of privilege, guys, put a 1 if you agree. If you agree, there's no one more privileged than an American college-educated, upper middle class white woman. They live better lives than the Queen of England did 80 years ago, 70 years ago. It's absolutely insane.
And you know what black women said? You know what my mother said when they had to get out of the kitchen and into the street? Yeah, I'd like to get out of the kitchen, your kitchen.
Look at that. Yeah, I'd like to get out of the kitchen, the white woman's kitchen that I have to clean every day. Oops. And now these white chicks are like, yeah, but we were oppressed when we had black women in our kitchens cleaning our floors. It was our husband making us sit there and eat bonbons and watch her do it. Please, come on, man.
And it didn't even occur to these Betty Friedens and whatever her name is, former CIA agent Bunny, Gloria Steinem. I mean, she admits that she worked for the CIA, so it's not something Elaine is making up. Okay, she talks about it, and she was also a Playboy Bunny. And Gloria Steinem and Betty Frieden.
Yep, that's true.
They have their fingers in so much. That's what.
But here's the thing, Snowboard. Why wouldn't they though?
Yeah, no, I know. I just,
you know what I mean.
Just like to point it out.
Here's the thing. At least they try and hide it.
Yeah.
You look at everywhere else. Oh no! You think that the CCP tries to hide the fact that they have their hands in everything? Come on.
Yeah. That group. Those are the kinds of people that constantly said, "Oh, the Black Panthers were chauvinists, so I didn't want to be in it." So I go, "Okay, fine. Well, what group are you in?" Because you denounced the woman that became Roe, and she said she didn't accept third trimester abortion. So I'm finished proselytizing on this. I just want to make clear that who cooked the food, like what difference does it make? We thought of ourselves as an organization. If you had a job to do, you had an assignment. We were a paramilitary organization in the sense that people did not vote on what you did or what you didn't do. If you could cook, you would be cooking. If you could handle a gun, you would be handling a gun. Most women could not handle guns like men could, although all of us were trained on weapons, okay? So if you want to ask me about the internal workings of the Black Panther Party, then we can ask that. But when you start, then that's a separate conversation. Yeah. But we're talking about the position that we were the only Black organization that took that. Where were the Weather Underground when we occupied the building? Do you know? SDS, the little People's Park people. Where were they? Where was the SCLC, NAACP? Africa, the freedom, whatever it is, Africa,
blah, blah, blah. Because this is the infighting that I was talking about, right? Guys, let them fight. This is not our fight, guys. It just isn't, right? Let them fight it out, guys.
Why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility. And then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
Yeah, because our tax dollars, you dunderhead. And guys, this was this was 40 years ago.
This was back in the day.
Oh,
I
Don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
No, not really.
Oh my!
I didn't have
They
a
have
father.
to say not really
My
because
father
he's not around too. They kind of have to say not
wasn't it-
really.
Cooked. Look at that.
Doom.
So, it really, male figures are not substantially important in the family.
This is why we're cooked. Now, guys, now they're gonna talk to
Unusual. Today, nearly 60% of all black children are born out of wedlock.
Now, guys, this was in the 80s. Now it's over 70%. Now it's almost 80%.
Wow. Timothy said his children are
children plural. Uh-oh. Here's
Pull out
Timothy.
game, mate. Pull out game, man. I just don't pull out, bitch. For you motherfuckers that want to know, I don't pull out. It ain't weak, motherfucker. I don't pull out. Fuck.
Secret.
But look at him.
Yeah, light skin.
Got that good hair.
Looking
Got
dude.
that, got that good hair. Light skin.
Light skin DeBar's looking dude. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, guys.
not his responsibility. He has left them to be supported by their mothers and welfare. He's not unusual either. For LaDon and Clorinda and Timothy, and many more like them in cities all over America, rearing alone are the fastest growing part of the black population. What big mother to father? It is the big
black No, wait,
you know what I wish?
They actually talked to friggin' Nug. Hold on. Here he is. Look at this.
I wish they would do a part 2 of
Second
this.
child.
50 years later. I would love to see where all the people are at now.
You know what the title should be? This is
Streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
Here we go.
There has another family in another city.
What we didn't do. No, we didn't even talk about how we was going to support the child.
Timothy McSeed held his last steady job 2.5 years ago. He's been arrested several times on robbery and drug charges.
Look at this.
He was brought up in Newark by his mother.
But he sure has chicks that he can hook up with, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If all the women treated this guy like he's a pariah, right? You know what I mean? Then we wouldn't have this problem. If all the women treated this guy like he's a pariah, we wouldn't have this problem.
He was 16 when Timothy was born. His father has another family in another city. Timothy has a talent for drawing, which he has never developed. He dropped out of high school at 16 and spent 2 years in the Job Corps. He was 23 when he and Alice had their first child. Timothy does not support any of his children.
Of course not.
How many children do you have? 6.
Damn, look, and he thinks it's funny.
6.
Look at that. Oh, yeah. Equilibrium did point the guys, look at how thin all the B-dubs are, right? You know, so this revisionist history that all B-dubs were all freaking belugas over the history is insane. Moron.
He fathered those 6 children by 4 women.
Damn.
He also had 2 more children by 2 other women, but one died in infancy and the other was aborted. We asked him about the birth of his first surviving child.
It's kind of a funny experience because, like, me and the girl was just messing around, right? And she was going with somebody else. She used to be an old girlfriend of mine. She managed to get popped up by me.
Okay, that's the second baby. The third was...
Mustafa.
You can't even
think of it.
Kids'
Yeah.
names.
Beta.
Look at this, guys.
Wow.
Look at that.
He was the third.
That was by another lady?
Mrs. Ward. Yes, I go see him every now and then.
How old is he now?
He's 5, if I'm not mistaken. 504.
He is mistaken.
And then the fourth one was Simone. I only saw her twice, 2 times.
He's happy
What
about
happened
it.
It's a family problem. You know, the father don't want me to see the mother and all that. You know, so I got tired of running behind her and found me someone else. I didn't have to sweat it because I guess the father was taking care of them anyway. So,
How does it feel to have those
women?
No, kids.
Kids, oh, but you get to see. If it ain't one thing you've done, you like artwork, for instance. You look at
this guy. See? Guys, he has 4 women pregnant that he knows of. And guys, all the rest of us black men that are out here, guys, the majority of us that don't have kids, how are we supposed to stop this guy? It's up to the women to stop sleeping with this guy. You know what I'm saying? So guys, here we go. Let's do this.
There was black. Did you vote when I was growing up? There was black people were totally different than they are today.
Right.
Because they believed in God and they believed in family.
Right.
And they were not into all this anger and hatred.
Right.
And I grew up in Alabama during a time when the Jim Crow law existed, but that didn't affect us at all.
Right.
Because we were independent and we knew that there were white people and black people that had evil in them that was white and black that didn't have it. And so it was a spiritual battle.
Right.
And we were taught to work and be responsible. But that changed during the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
When the civil rights movement started, the blacks fell for it. And in the end, they ended up selling themselves over to the so-called leaders.
Right.
And the government became the daddy of the family.
Yeah.
And it's been down here ever since.
See, that's what my great uncle said. He said the worst thing that happened to black people was, segregation.
No, integration was the worst, best thing to happen to us. Because guys, integration, it would have happened organically. If you look at places like Massachusetts, New York, California, where there was no on the books segregation, people still stuck to their own, but people congregated and stuff organically and spent time together, right? Eventually, over time, there wouldn't have been any need to force integration. It would have just happened on its own. You know what I mean? Hold on.
What do you
Come
mean?
on, in Alabama.
Did you vote for the Great White Hope?
You calling Donald Trump the great?
I would not have the job.
I
would not have the job that I had.
Jesse Lee Peterson's been saying the same thing for over 40 years.
Chances are, if it was not for affirmative action. So.
Oh, you didn't earn it.
I don't understand what you're saying by
He
that.
said, I wouldn't have the job that I had if not for affirmative action. It's like, oh, so you didn't earn it then.
If you got that job on account of affirmative action, well, you ain't worth the salt that go in your food. If you was worth anything, you would need affirmative action. What do I need affirmative action to get a job? If you get it, you can't hold it because you don't know what to do. And you saying that somebody's supposed to give you, ain't nobody supposed to give you nothing. America is built on individuality. And nobody don't have to give me no opportunity. I make my opportunity. This is what freedom means. And then you can learn anything you want to know. If you want to know it, all you have to do is go to the library. It don't cost you nothing to go there and learn anything you want to learn.
I would not have the job.
There you go, guys. Right there. That old dude and Jesse Lee Peterson are what's right with us blacks. And this dunderhead right here is what's wrong with us. And unfortunately, this dunderhead right there has the prevailing black mindset.
Hey, you want to hear something funny?
The most vocal one that's perpetuated by the demons and the woke liberals. What are you saying?
So almost every job application I've ever filled out, paperwork, they always ask, are you a vet? Are you a disabled vet? And, I guess it's under the, the guise that you might get preferential, preferential treatment or preferential preference in regards to the hiring decision. And I've never gotten preferential preference. And what I mean by that is, when you're when you're hired with a group of employees, you know, your cohorts, and you're going through training and everything together, I've always been one of the most qualified individuals in any hiring class I've been a part of. That my veterans designation, anything like that, that's just a plus to them, because not only are they getting a highly skilled, highly qualified professional, but hey, they might get some kind of credit for governmental reporting. I've earned it. I've earned every damn opportunity I've gotten in my life. No one's given me a damn thing.
Me too, guys. And here's the thing: anything worth having, is worth working for. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would a good job, or even like to all you women, a good husband not be worth working for? You know? There's people nowadays are lazy, they're entitled, they're ignorant, and they're stupid.
Oh, and it's getting worse too. That's the thing.
Hold on. What is Rob Snyder?
Rob Schneider.
Rob Snyder saying that we need to make sure that the draft is there so that we can start drafting a bit people. If the whole Iran thing kicks off. Hey Rob, why don't you and your kids go first? You know what I'm saying? Dumbass.
The Civil Rights Act of 1960.
Would not.
The Civil Rights.
Our religious heritage is rooted in the regrettable experience of slavery.
You used to be a slave?
Yes, we used to be slaves.
You were a slave at one time?
No, I was not. I was born in the 1950s, so slavery was long.
There you go, guys. Victimhood mentality.
But I still experience the legacy of slavery.
How?
And the
In
legacy
what way?
of discrimination.
How?
In what way?
When I experienced.
Yeah, see, he's like a chick.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't know how chicks tell each other stories and then no one questions it. He's used to saying this in spaces where no one checks him on it. That's all. This is crap, right? None of us now were slaves. None of us have been slaves. None of you guys have owned slaves. A small percentage of whites even own slaves. The North and the West didn't have slaves. What are you talking about, right?
Well, the thing is that you have to remember, AJ, white people invented slavery too. Okay, slavery did not exist until white people were hatched, and so pretty much, you know, like it's not like we still have slaves in other countries today. That's why, like, when people start talking slavery, it drives me crazy. It's like, listen, those shoes that you're wearing, I am willing to bet dollars to donuts, were made not only by slaves, but by child slaves.
Yep,
where's your bleeding heart for them?
Yep.
And barriers that exist simply because of the color of my skin. Those barriers are still real and they still exist.
So how did you get to APU and do all that, be the dean and do all that if barriers are in your way?
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? It's a miracle. That's a miracle.
Is it possible because they were not there? At least not from the white folks.
That who was not there?
Barriers were not there. It was all in your mind. It's not real.
Our religion.
The Civil Rights Act of 1964 gave the federal government the authority to mandate that a white-owned business has to serve everybody, has to hire everybody, cannot discriminate on the basis of sex, on the basis of race, on the basis of this, that, and the third.
The Civil Rights Act, you just said it, said that any business, you cannot prohibit from hiring them, for serving them, yada, yada, yada. And then you turn around and say, so that's the federal government inserting themselves in small business practices.
It is. Yes, it is.
Because what the federal government is doing is actually making sure that people are created equally.
And this is why women shouldn't be involved in politics, right? Because guys, honestly, seriously, like, guys, the market should be able to dictate. I don't see why we need to have laws saying businesses can't discriminate for any reason. Let's just say with Yelp and everything, Locke has a diner that says no Asians allowed, right? He'd get cooked and he would go out of business. But you should be able to say, I don't want X amount of people in my business, just like I don't want people in my house. What's wrong with that? I don't want to make cakes. What's wrong with that? I don't see the issue, because anyone who's smart will take money from anyone. Anyone who's smart says the only color that matters is green. So what's the problem with anyone wanting to come into your shop and spend money? If you were smart, right? But if that discrimination means more to you than money, more power to you. It's stupid, but hey,
The Civil Rights Act of 19.
When blacks moved from the South to the North, they did move into those projects. And
No. When they moved,
A lot of what is natural of a human being, Black people weren't allowed to do
like
directly.
what, for an example?
Loving.
Now, guys, look, Jesse's like almost 80. He lived during the time she's talking about, and she's trying to argue.
You want to love, being able to marry another person, simply being able to laugh, to dance, to sing, to play instruments.
What?
Where you have that ability to have free expression.
Do you know that's not true about I grew up on a plantation.
Oh, did you?
In Alabama, my parents and their parents and their parents. My grandfather was the head of the plantation until we left in 1968. And what you just said was absolutely false. Everything you just said.
Was that a sharecropping plantation?
No.
Okay.
It was, what you just said was absolutely false.
It was a plantation, I mean, during slavery. That was, you said 1968, right?
Right, that's when I left.
Yeah. Were there
But prior
sharecroppers?
to that, my parents and their parents married whoever they wanted to marry.
Mm-hmm.
And they stayed together. They had more children. Their children had children. So what you just said is not true. And that's what I want you to know. You've been lied to.
See?
if I saw a little Asian,
Guys,
Are you for open borders?
no.
Are you for the wall?
this guy's such a beta, right? But guys, we're at the 3-hour mark. Guys, can the community be saved? No. Until we have clear delineation based on class, until we get rid of the black matriarchy, until we stop listening to liberals, right? Which that, I mean, guys, the odds of that happening are slim to none. But there's more and more black men. Black men can be saved. Like a community which is run by women can't. Yeah. Guys,
we got
passports, monk mode, right? If you fly one in from the Philippines or Colombia, you have kids, they will be black kids. Let's just create a new black community, right? And just cut the B-dubs out. I'm all for that. Secret, you were saying?
No, you hit the nail on the head. As a matter of fact, one of the things I'm going to suggest is, in the Discord, create a passport sub community inside the Discord.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, once I've always traveled internationally, and I kind of view it as, you're dating arbitrage. I go where you're celebrated. Don't stay where you're tolerated. And at the end of the day, we had a pretty good in AJ's Discord. We had a pretty good chat in the money and investing sub channel. And one of the things I was saying is, I didn't spend this past decade, sacrificing, saving, investing, and building up my net worth just to transfer it over to some unworthy chick. No. And so at the end of the day, we need to just put ourselves in a position to where we're building lives worth living. And that's what I'm all about, building a life that worth living. And if you're an above average dude with making above average money and have above average assets, why are you settling for below average and mediocre outcomes? Hell no.
It's true. It's true. So, all right, you guys, I'll shut this down. I appreciate you guys.
All right.
That's 5 p.m. tomorrow, guys. Talk to you guys later.
See you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Later.